Super Value County Senior Football Championship quarter-final. Our commentary team, Tim Moynihan and Ambrose O'Donovan.
Feale Rangers versus Austin Stacks in the County Senior Football quarter-final, live on Radio Kerry, with thanks to Kelleher's Hardware, Rock Street Tralee, your one-stop shop on the Street of Champions.
Yeah, very good evening and welcome here to Austin Stack Park, and as we said, it's a feast of football this weekend. The Garveys County Championship quarter-finals at the football side of things. They've done with the hurling. It's all about the business end of the football now, and first up tonight is Feale Rangers versus Austin Stacks, the division side versus the club side, and with that the Feale Rangers side are lining out as per programme, but there are two changes on the Austin Stacks side. Out goes cornerback Barry Walsh, and in his place comes Ronan Shanahan for Austin Stacks, and Kieran Donaghy, the big man, star, doesn't start, and in comes Adam Curran, which would make you think Adam Curran could go playing sweeper for the Austin Stacks side. So that gives me a chance to go through both teams. The Feale Rangers side in goals, Carl Keane of Listowel Emmets, the full back line, Donncha Maher of Duaw, Eddie Brown of Listowel Emmets, and Aaron O'Connor of Duaw. The half back line, Conor O'Keefe of Finook, John McCarthy of Listowel Emmets, and Niall Collins of Listowel Emmets on the other wing. In the middle of the park is the captain, Brian Sweeney of Listowel Emmets, partnered by Killian Trant of St Senan's. The half forward line for Feale Rangers, Thomas Scanlon of Duaw, Barry Mahony of St Senan's, and Shane Stack of McVeigh. The full forward line for Feale Rangers in this quarter final is David Keane of Listowel Emmets, Martin Stack, the free scoring forward of McVeigh at full forward, and the other corner is Sean Keane of Listowel Emmets. Moving over to the Austin Stack side, in goals Wayne Guthrie, the full back line, Colin Griffin, Jack O'Shea, and number 22 Ronan Shanahan comes in the cornerback position. The half-back line is Greg Horn, Conor Jordan and Paul O'Sullivan. In the middle of the park it's Michael O'Donnell, the captain of the side, partnered by Barry Shanahan. Right half forward is Armin Heinrich. In the centre is Michael O'Gara, and on the other wing is Conor Horn. Right corner forward is Shane Callahan. In comes number 19 Adam Curran at full forward, and the other corner is David Mannix. The referee for this afternoon's game is Brendan Brosnan. I'm delighted to have this man back on our side, and that is Ambrose O'Donovan. Ambrose, conditions out there not, I suppose, conducive to good football, because that's a swirling wind.
Yes, it's blowing more across the pitch than anything, so it's not going to favour anybody. That's the one great thing about it. Nobody likes to see a breeze a night like tonight. Pitch is in absolute immaculate condition. I walked it earlier. A credit to the ground staff here again. The pitch, I've never seen the pitch looking better, and like you said, two great games of football. Hopefully they should be competitive, and I think, speaking to the Feale Rangers, they like this new format. It's benefited them. They've got more games into themselves, so they're hoping to put in a good result here. Stacks, you never right up to Stacks for county champions. They're a great side, they're a great championship side, so he's hoping for a cracking game of football.
Absolutely. There's Brendan Brosnan looking at his umpires, looking at his linesmen. He's ready to rock and roll. That ball is in mid-air, and first possession goes to Austin Stacks. A pull there on Greg Horn, who's moved into, he's been a brilliant leader so far for the Austin Stacks side. Early ball in, trying to hit Michael O'Gara, who's gone to full forward, but they come away with it at the back with the back, and that's Conor O'Keefe of Finook, giving it out to the midfielder. The midfielder goes the St Senan's man, Killian Trant. A decent crowd over the stand side, still a number of seats vacant, and a decent crowd here on the terrace side for this quarter final. Still with possession on the far side is Feale Rangers. That's going to be a free early doors over just outside the 65, about 5 metres in from the far sideline. Actually, it's moved out further. They'll play it back towards their own goal, the Feale Rangers side, and referee is not happy with things. So the early part of the game, Ambrose, it's about both teams trying to settle.
Absolutely, and it's an early card there. I think they're taking for Conor Horn. Yes, as we expected, we're seeing Greg Horn around the middle of the field, and that's a vital position for Stacks tonight, and he's gone out there. I think they've moved in Michael Donlan in, and I think Stacks are more or less playing with a sweeper. I see it inside, they're playing back between the full-back and the half-back line.
Yeah,
I think Adam Collins, the man that's doing it.
The George McCarthy teaming up with Conor O'Keefe to come out of defence there. Slow build-up, we can see already from Stacks. They have, everybody's behind the ball at the moment. Still in possession is the Listowel Emmets man. John McCarthy gives it out to Barry O'Mahony. Barry's been serious in the last few games of course he's a dual player, plays hurling as well, but a serious footballer, this man playing with Feale Rangers. Back again with the centre forward Barry O'Mahony, going into contact there, surrounded by 2-3 Austin Stacks player. Of course they're playing in Feale Rangers into the Horns end in this first half. Still with possession Shane Stack, 40 metres out, hits it high, hits Heads it over the bar, and the first score of the game comes after 1 minute and 42 seconds, and it's gone to the men from North Kerry, Ambrose. Feale Rangers 1 point, Stacks yet to score.
And I was just going to say, that's what Feale Rangers will have to do tonight. Stacks are packing their defence, put a lot of players behind the ball. Feale Rangers will have to have the ability to kick the ball from 30, 35, 40 yards over the bar, as they did there. Great score from Shane Stack.
Absolutely, and that's a free there for a foul on Armin Heinrich. And they get on with it right underneath us here on the terrace side in front of the dugouts. That free. Stacks continue. It's Greg Horn. Greg Horn, of course, he's in with the Kerry senior players. Now, beautiful ball inside. Looking for Mannix. Mannix coming in along the inline. Could be danger here for St Senan. That's good work there by Conor O'Keefe of Finoog, and breaks up that attack. Gives it out to his wing forward, Shane Stack. They get away with it there, Feale Rangers, Ambrose.
They did, but that's what Stacks possessed. Greg Horn won a great ball in midfield. 45-yard pass, inch perfect, into David Mannix. They missed Mannix last year, I felt. Great running by the Stacks man. Feale Rangers will have to watch this, because that's the first time when Stacks do this, they're capable of playing it short and passing game. But when they go along and move the ball,
that was a serious ball by
Greg Horn, and well taken by David Mannix. Feale Rangers got off the hook, but that's a warning sign for them. They've got to look after it. And Stacks are capable of this. They can go short or long, whichever. They can vary their game. That's what makes them such a good team, Tim.
Absolutely. Now we're back with Conor O'Keefe on the 65-metre mark here, putting that ball into the centre. Again, their corner forward comes very deep. That's the Storedamus man, David Keane, back into the centre, looking for Barry O'Mahony. Little solo there, looks up, he's going to put it forward, but he's decided to play it behind him, looking for his midfield. That's Brian Sweeney. I did an interview with him during the week, and a brilliant guy, shows great leadership. Of course, he's a teacher out on Listowel, former Kerry minor as well. Now, still on the going forward is Killian Trant of St Senan's. Of course, that's his club here with Feale Rangers tonight, but pressure by Austin Stacks. They're making them come out to the 45 again. No option inside, nobody inside in front of goal at the moment. Stacks trying to get the ball from them. This is a Shane Stack. He has a point already. Is this his second one? No, that's well held by Wayne Guthrie inside. He'll clear his lines. Stacks defensively well set up.
They're well set up, they're forcing Feale Rangers to kick from long distance, and that's what we were talking about. To have any chance here, Feale Rangers will have to kick the ball from 35, 40 yards over the bar. Now, Shane Stack tried it the second time, but into the goal in his hand. So watch Stacks to get in the build up now. It's amazing to watch Stacks. They do a pile of foot passing, then hand passing, but all of a sudden they can split the defence. They can split the defence with a kick pass.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was set up again. That attack by Greg Horn. Of course, Greg is a brother of Conor. Conor played brilliantly as well against the West Kerry side. That ball is played into the centre. Looking for their centre back. Centre back horse is Conor Jordan. He plays his county football. They said moving up to Clare. Now it's with the man formerly from Valencia. That's Paul O'Sullivan. From that ball down into the corner there. Bodies back as well by the Feale Rangers side. Back into the centre, looking for their wing back, their leader. That's Greg Horn. Hops the ball, gone inside the 45. They're playing into the Mitchells in. Nice ball in from the corner forward. That's David Mannix inside, looking for Shane O'Callaghan. This is the first ball he's got, surrounded by the Feale Rangers players, and they break and they come away with it. Now, can they get something with a counter? The keeper goes back in goal because he likes to march forward. That's Wayne Guthrie. Now this could be dangerous. Put forward for the cornerback. The cornerback is fouled there. That's Aaron O'Connor of Dua, and it's going to be free right in the heart of the D to the Feale Rangers side. They're good at the counter-attack.
It was, and I can tell that was a great tackle, because it was a match-saving goal, because that was a goal on for Feale Rangers then, and you'd have to say that Ronan Shannon took one for the team there. Absolutely. He put your man down.
Now, 6 minutes played here in Austin Stack Park, the first of the quarter-finals this weekend, and Feale Rangers have 1 point on the board. Stacks yet to score. This could be the second one from they've played well. This man has played well so far in the championship, hitting 11 points in his first game, and that's Martin Stack from my van, pops it up and over the bar. Feale Rangers 2 points. Austin Stacks yet to score, Ambrose.
Absolutely, and with 6 minutes gone, you'd have to say Feale Rangers will be very happy with their start. Stacks kind of look, that's a nervy enough start from them. They're putting players behind the ball. Wayne Guthrie's had to come out the field 40 yards, and he's not finished yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've Manny's again. We commentated with him playing minor, Ambrose, in the middle of the park. Well, he said to me during the week, he said, some other man has taken my place, and they found a spot in goals for me. He's done very well, the Austin Stacks man. Great leader, man of the match in the last game in the group stages in these Garvey Super Value County Championship games. Now, at the other side of the field, Stacks go on the attack. They need a score to settle them, but St Senan's have broken up a number of attacks and surrounded. They're doggish in their approach with attacking.
Great defending.
That's and brilliant turnover again. Barry O'Mahony gives it out, looking for his corner forward. That's David Keane playing very defending roles to see. Now that's put out, looking for Killian Trant. Killian Trant goes long, looking aside for Stack. They're 2 against 1 inside. That ball has gone out. out. That's going to be a line ball over about 20 metres out from the Austin Stack goal, Ambrose.
Yeah, and you would have to say Martin Stack, the my van man, is making darting runs for Feale Rangers, but he's not always getting the ball.
He's no support
that can
either.
be very frustrating at times,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And the other thing you would have to say about Feale Rangers is like their support play, particularly for front players. You know, they're fine to midfield up, but from there on they need to support forwards on the ball as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now a neat little ball inside. Look for Barry O'Mahony. He'll take that side the in-line. Good possession by him. He'll turn here, trying to take on two Stacks players. Now they'll have to recycle and probably bring it out towards the 45 again. It's back with Martin Stack. He'll give it out, looking for their midfielders again. Now with possession is Brian Sweeney. He'll put it in along the 45, looking for Killian Trant. Now Trant trying to set up his corner forward here, and that's the number 13, David Keane, into tight area, and good work by Greg Horn again. He's asking his players to move forward. Too many back, he'll say.
Too many backs, yeah, but you'll have to say Feale Rangers at the moment, you know, even though they're 2 points up, it's a pass too many. There was a pass there was no need of it, you know, and it was, as the fellow says, it was a hit and hope pass, and Stacks you know, actually got the ball back, and this is where Stacks are dangerous now, countering.
Yeah, now Michael O'Gara sending that ball outside, looking for the man wearing the number 22 shirt, of course, for Austin Stacks is Ronan Shanahan. Driving forward now is Jack O'Shea. Now giving it to Shane Callan. Shane will turn as if you were turning in a car park, but he turns it properly and he puts it over the bar, and the first score for Stacks comes 9 minutes into the first half. 2 points to 1 in favour of Feale Rangers, and a pretty entertaining game so far.
So far, absolutely, you would have to say, but that was a great score from Shane Callan. You know, he had a bit of work to do. He was maybe 30 yards out, turned two defenders on him, put it on the right foot, popped it over the bar. Great score for Shane, and Stacks really needed it.
Yeah, Donegal Maher even comes into the middle of the park with possession still. Trant gives it again to that same player. Now Brian Sweeney studies his option, a fisted effort, puts that ball inside the 45 of Stacks. Good defensive effort there by Stacks. They go down, they should win this. Fighting for possession there is Armin Heinrich, but it ends up a line ball for Feale Rangers just underneath us here, between the 45 and the 65, here in the dugout side on the terrace side of the field. Brian Sweeney wins that free, plays the ball back, looking again for the man coming forward, the Dewar man. That's Aaron O'Connor. He'll spread the play wide towards the stand side. Now attacking is the full back. This is the Stole Emmis man. Eddie Brown hops the ball, gets inside the 45. They have to turn out, looking for the support at the moment. Will they take it on here, the shot? Now it's with their corner forward. The corner forward is Sean Keane with possession. That ball will break, picked up. They're lucky. They got the bounce of the ball on this occasion. Still Keane, surrounded by three Stacks players, heavy in the tackle Stacks, and they do well. That's a bit soft, Ambrose. A free in for Feale Rangers.
I did think that was a soft free. I thought on that occasion maybe
surrounded by three players.
I took a little bit out of it as well.
Yeah, so that's a soft enough free, if you were to call it as it is. 10 minutes into the first half, a 1 point game. Feale Rangers 2 points, Austin Stacks 1 point, and a chance for Feale Rangers to extend that lead now. The man with the responsibility of the free kick is David Keane. David Keane about 22 metres out from the Austin Stacks goal. A chance here. Decent crowd now. The terrace is beginning to really fill here. Likewise the stand. He hits it high. This is a difficult win to play into. Wide. And it is surely difficult because that's gone to the left and wide, Ambrose. 10 minutes gone, Ambrose. 1 point game. Feale Rangers 2, Austin Stacks 1.
Yeah, and I think David Keane that occasion, he's got to go for the far post because that breeze is blowing right across the pitch.
Very strong.
And it's swirling.
Yeah, so they'll know, he'll know best for the next chance. He will get in that position. I'm sure he will get those chances. That ball again, played forward by the number 9, that's Barry Shannon, of course, in the middle of the park for Austin Stacks, into a tight area of the pitch over on the far side, on the stand side. Stacks will have to regroup, recycle. As far as they're concerned, that playing that ball out, looking for Conor Horn. We haven't seen much of him in the game. He spreads the play wide towards the terrace side, looking for his brother. His brother's Greg Horn, breaks, slips, one tackle. Brilliant strength by this raw strength by this man in with Kerry. Back in with David Mannix, who's come outside his the 45. That's, do you want your corner forward there? Well, if they can get a score, they will take it, but more Weetabix needed there, Ambrose. That's gone straight down the throat of Carl Keane. He'll clear his lines for Feale Rangers.
Soft enough for Stacks. You know, he put those wide but don't kick into the goalie's hands. Notable that time, Tim, 15 the Feale Rangers team were behind the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's good work with that turnover. Shane O'Callaghan, 3 Stacks players, they turn it over in the middle of the park. They have possession now, driving forward will be Michael O'Gara. Michael O'Gara will spread it to his left. They're always looking for runners, and they have those runners. through Conor Horn as well. Now, still holding possession, Horn. He'll play that ball out, looking for his centre-back, Conor Jordan. Now, still haven't made yardage here with Armin Heinrich, and putting that ball into the centre again, looking for possession now. Again, he's had a lot of possession so far in this. This is Greg Horn in this early part of this game. Looking up at the clock, it says 12 minutes gone here in Austin Stack Park. Looking up at the scoreline, it says Feale Rangers 2, Austin Stacks 1. Now, we're looking out there, and 14 behind the ball by Feale Rangers, making it difficult for the Austin Stack side. It's all about the patient game here, Ambrose.
Patient game is right, and Stacks will have to recycling. I see Wayne Guthrie's after joining the attack
for
now.
Possession.
But now Feale Rangers are setting up defensively, and Stacks at the moment are finding it difficult enough to break it down.
Absolutely. Now, with possession is their left half back in. That's Paul O'Sullivan. Now, hop the ball, giving it back to O'Gara, spread it wide, looking now for Wayne Guthrie, who decided he's got his the touch of the ball out in the middle of the park, and he's still staying out there. Now, you'd hope that ball isn't turned over, Ambrose, because he's the furthest away from it at the moment, the Bulls.
He is
now,
indeed.
With possession, Austin Stacks. Big hit there on Mike O'Donnell. Now they're into the D. A chance here from Conor Horn off the outside of the boot. That's a brilliant score by the black and amber man. Feale Rangers 2 points, Austin Stacks 2 points. 13 minutes gone, Ambrose.
Yeah, indeed, and you'll have to give credit to Stacks. Mightn't be pretty to watch, but they have patience, and they're playing the patient game, and none better to do what they can do.
They don't know how to break it down.
Exactly, and that's they're taking all the passes they want, but they're going for the post at the finish of it.
Absolutely, there's a lot of pace on this Feale Rangers side as well. Now it's Brian Sweeney gives that ball, looking for a man underneath in the dugout side here. That's Donegal Maher playing that ball back again to their
every time they're getting a ball, Tim, they're playing the ball
going backwards.
For every 3 passes,
and that's giving Stacks time to regroup, and reset. And they have possession now. They're going to go inside the 45 if they have a runner. It's their midfielder. This is Tran putting it down, looking for Martin Stack. He's out in front of 2 defenders. He hops the ball, solos with the left, putting it back, giving it a chance here, but it's not a scoreable position at the moment. That means they'll have to play it all the ways out again to the 45, and they'll play it to Brian Sweeney. No, they decide to go with their centre back. That's John McCarthy. No, the man who wins it in front of John McCarthy is another Feale Rangers player. That's Barry O'Mahony. Now, he gets by 1 tackle for a Stacksman in front of him, but he managed to give the ball inside, looking for Sean Keane. Back again now. There's a bit of space at this side of the field. When I say this side of the field, it's the terrace side. Now, going forward is a man wearing the number 2 shirt. This is Donegal Maher, who's played well in this championship. Back again with their centre-back, John McCarthy. They're inside the Austin Stacks 45. Stacks have a wall of players at the moment. Now they give it again to Brian Sweeney. Brian Sweeney on the edge of the D. Give it back, look for Barry O'Mahony. Barry off the left, 30 metres out. Barry kicks it wide. A difficult goal to kick into Ambrose. 15 minutes gone. Level pegging, Feale Rangers 2, Austin Stacks 2.
Yeah, but that's what Feale Rangers have got to do, Tim, and this is what Barry O'Mahony done there. Now, get it past, look up, take a step, and pop it over the bar. That for me, Feale Rangers are doing they're overpassing it. Stacks can do it at a club, so they're doing this day in, day out. Feale Rangers different kettle of fish.
And you mentioned earlier about them playing the ball back as well.
Exactly, you've got to play.
It gives Stacks time to get bodies back.
Divisional side have to move the ball up quick as they can, because Stacks will play. They know each other's play. They're playing together day in, day out.
Yeah.
A divisional side will have to move the ball, take the easy options, and indeed in Martin Stack inside, he's showing for the ball, but he's not getting the ball in quickly enough.
Not getting support either.
No.
Now, it's Greg Horn getting that ball in the middle of the park, fisted effort inside, looking for Michael O'Gara. Good hands by him to Mike O'Donnell. Again looking for Paul O'Sullivan. They're 50 metres out now from the Feale Rangers goal. Now taking that pace in Michael O'Donnell, but he's going into cul-de-sac, going into towards the corner flag on the terrace side. Of course, they're playing into the Mitchells in this first half. Mannix now for Austin Stacks. So give it to Horn. Horn off the outside of the boot. Does he judge it well? It just tails at the last second and goes to the right and goes wide. The one thing is very noticeable, Ambrose, in this game, after 16 minutes of play, scores are very hard to come by.
Very hard to come by, but even Greg, I thought he'd done everything right. He aimed for the far post. Yeah. The wind still caught the ball and took it across.
That's it.
It's blowing right across them. It's a difficult...
both sides of the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that ball is played into the centre, looking for Brian Sweeney. Hops the ball now. Bit of space in front of him. He'll run into that space. And they're heading. Again, they'll want to get to that 45, but there's a wall of players. You mess around with the ball or try to overplay it, there's a Stacks player on top of you straight away. That's going to be a free for a foul committed on Barry O'Mahony. Showing a lot for the ball.
He is. He's the one forward by Feale Rangers that he's showing for the ball. He's not afraid to take on his opposite number either.
Yeah.
He's down injured after that.
I'm sure one of the medics, He's got somebody now running out onto the pitch, but he should be all right. Maybe it's just winded, but he's won his free, and that's going to be a free about 48 metres out from the Austin Stacks goal. Of course, Austin Stacks defending. The Horns in here in the first half here. Of course, a big night as well for in another game. And when I say another game, we've the two club sides, the Black and Amber, of course, of Dr. Crokes taking on the men from the West, Dingle, in our second game. That's the throw-in is at 7:30. But at the moment, after 17 minutes of play, we have a stoppage in play, and I'm sure it'll be Martin Stack taking this free for Feale Rangers. Amber's 2 points apiece, entertaining without the scores.
Yeah, without the scores. And we can't say to our listeners, there is a strong breeze blowing across, and it is affecting the players into both goals because it's favouring no one. As I said, it's swirling across the pitch and it's making scores difficult to come by. But you'd have to say both sides have set up defensively, which doesn't lend itself to free scoring either, Tim.
Absolutely. Now Martin Stack, 48 metres out, off the outside of the boot. That's going to flow to the left. That's how and you wouldn't blame anyone. Maybe a night. Put it on the ground?
Put it on the ground, I think, because that was a high floating ball. Again, the wind was always going to catch it.
Yeah, you were going to strike it. You strike it a lot better, as to say. Or you had to go short. But on that occasion, it just tells you the wides are racking up on both sides. Now that means that Austin Stacks will have to build from the back inside their own 45. Now we're seeing the stand is pretty well full now. Why wouldn't it be for a feast of football this evening here on Radio Kerry? For our listeners, and likewise here in Austin Stack Park. Now, the drive forward again for Austin Stacks. Not getting much change from the inside. The backs on the Feale Rangers side at the moment, and they're getting their two wing forwards back. That's gone out over. That's a line ball on the far side, Ambrose. I don't think any line ball has actually been won. That's the first line ball won by Austin Stacks.
Exactly, it is. But you'll have to say, you give credit to pick that inside line of Feale Rangers, Eddie Brown and O'Connor covering on the ground.
Now, they're getting close to the goal now, Austin Stacks. Now, the man with it is Conor Horn, but there's a foul for a pull there. And why did they do it, Austin Stacks? Well, they had possession.
I think it was Armin Heinrich was bearing down on goal.
Yeah, he was trying to stop the run of his defender, but his own man had the ball. So a very scoreable position. You say that's one that got away, Ambrose.
Yeah, absolutely. And in this type of game with 18 minutes gone, 2 points apiece, all these chances there, we say, will have an awful bearing on the end of this match.
Absolutely. We're into the 19th minute here now. Talk of a low-scoring game, and I'm sure Dr. Crokes and Dingle will learn from it if that win stays the way it is, the way these two teams are playing at the moment. Feale Rangers 2 points, Austin Stacks 2 points. That ball is played back. They're looking for their midfielder, Brian Sweeney, in the middle of the park. They'll look for their centre back now. It's all hand passing at the moment by the Feale Rangers side. That's given again to Conor O'Keefe of Fanoog. Now the other wing back, Niall Collins, former Kerry Minder, put it into the danger area, but Stacks will get a hand in it. Will they get it away? It's like a hot plate in the moment. They can, but determination by Feale Rangers to hold the ball. It's back in with Barry O'Mahony. Barry O'Mahony on the edge of the D. Will they take the chance? Nobody wants to lose possession or kick another wide. They'll play it back into the middle of the park, looking for Brian Sweeney of Feale Rangers. Feale Rangers with a number of possessions in this game, but can they get scores? Back in with Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown now gone inside the 45. They're just quite happy to pass the ball at the moment, Ambrose.
Both sides seem to be happy enough to just pass it around and keep probing, seeking an opening come. But you'd have to say that's the fourth time when they're attacking, outside 40, 50 yards out, the ball is broken down by hand passing by Feale Rangers. They'll have to learn from this thing. If it's not working for you, use the foot.
Yeah, absolutely, and that doesn't see what they're doing at the moment because, they're going with Stacks are going with that sweeper, making it very difficult, of course, for Martin Stack. He's been their top scorer, free scoring forward, for want of better words to describe this man. The Myvaman has played brilliantly so far in the championship, but he's not getting much room and space from Austin Stacks at the moment. Now, they may have a chance here with their full back, Eddie Brown, gone forward. Eddie Brown, 25 metres out. Eddie Brown is doing what every other player at that end is doing and kicking it wide, Ambrose. 20 minutes of play here in Austin Stack Park. Feale Rangers 2, Austin Stacks 2, and if you came to see a lot of scores in the first 20 minutes, you'll be asking for your money back.
You'll be very disappointed. You'll have to say Eddie Brown is the full-back for our listeners from Lister Limits, and he's had as much shots as four of the Feale Rangers forwards. He's had one shot, so the rest of them have had no shot at the goal.
Absolutely. Now to be Paul O'Sullivan coming out of defence for Austin Stacks. He'll hop the ball, heading towards the centre again. The man who's looking for Michael O'Gara, he doesn't give it to him. He'll give it to the man playing that roving role, and that is Greg Horn. Greg is always ready to put it to the left or put it to the wide, and he puts it over to the far side on this occasion for driving forward. Stacks with possession. Neat ball control by them at the moment, but not taking on the shot. It's O'Gara again. That ball comes out to the 45 with Mike O'Donnell. Number of players behind the ball now for Feale Rangers. O'Donnell still with possession, puts it on the left, a hit and hope ball. Ambrose, did you do this in your day? You did.
Score.
You kicked points for Kerry, and he popped it over the bar after 21 minutes of play. Stacks are gone ahead in this one, Ambrose, and it's 3 points for Austin Stacks, Feale Rangers 2, Ambrose.
And that's what I was saying to you. Stacks are more accustomed to this hand passing game, waiting for the thing to open up to take the score, and that's the 3 scores they've got. They've done that. Feale Rangers are trying the same thing, and it's not working for them. Their passing is breaking down. That final pass is breaking down.
And Feale Rangers will be disappointed for all the amount of possession they have that they haven't got scores.
3 points to 2. They have no score.
Yeah, and they probably enjoyed
they've won more than 50
possession.
50 midfield.
Absolutely.
They've dominated from that point of view, but they've put nothing on the scoreboard. They haven't even threatened that goal, the Horns goal.
Now Conor O'Keefe will start an attack inside his own half again. He gives it out to his wing back. This is Niall Collins of Listowel Emmets. Now that gives time for Austin Stacks to get bodies behind the ball, which they do. When you see the likes of their corner forwards coming up, Shane O'Callaghan and Dave Mannix behind the ball, that'll tell him when you go lateral, they get bodies back. Now it's Barry O'Mahony. He opens up the defence like a knife through butter. A chance here, he lost the ball, but it's still, they'll recycle. David Keane here. David Keane on the edge of the D, and David Keane has kicked it to the left and wide. A chance there. It all opened up for Barry O'Mahony, but the last little touch, it slid off the boot and rolled along. They did recycle it, but a missed chance again. The score remains Austin Stacks 3, Feale Rangers 2, Ambrose into the 23rd minute of the first half.
A great run from Barry O'Mahony. He led on a great pass for David Keane. David just kind of maybe snapped his shot. He had more time than he thought. 21 yards out, popped the ball wide. That's another scoreable chance gone for Feale Rangers.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Stacks will be ambitious again here. The wind, I don't know who's the favourite, but it'll fall in the edge of the square for Shane O'Callaghan. One thing on his mind was a goal, but he kicks a point as the defender was hanging off him. Suddenly Stacks go into a 2-point lead, Ambrose. 23 minutes gone here of the first half. It's now Austin Stacks 4 points, Feale Rangers 2.
Yeah, and you'd have to say Shane O'Callaghan, he's 2 great points kicked, and David Mannix, they're making those runs. You know that they're a club side, they're making the runs, and at times they are kind of unnerving the Feale Rangers defence, and they're ghosting.
And they gain confidence when that Stacks.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned that word, the patient game. That's what they've done so far in this, because they've been in the back foot with Feale Rangers dominating possession. Now Brian Sweeney will try to get something going. They need scores at the other end, because we said the amount of possession they've enjoyed, but it's so difficult. That swirling breeze in front of playing into the goals at the Horns end and making it very difficult for anyone taking on the shot. Now it's their full back coming forward. This is Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown got inside the 45. Bit of basketball by there. The little moves and the shimmies over on the far side. He'll play that ball out. The man that has possession now is Barry O'Mahony. Barry, serious footballer, serious hurler as well. Holding possession outside the 45 of Austin Stacks, gives it to his John McCarthy, the centre back. John McCarthy now will play it in, looking for Aaron O'Connor, the Dewar man. Now he's been pressurised there by Stacks to come out the field. Shane Callan back helping his defence. Now with John McCarthy again, fisted effort. Not pretty to watch, Ambrose, but they're holding possession.
They're holding possession, yeah. But I'm saying, for a team that needs to score, they're down 2 points. That's a good ball.
Yeah, good ball. Might fall for Stacks, but that's well one inside the Paul O'Sullivan. Good work by the South Kerry man, now playing with Austin Stacks. Now they come out of their own defence. Now Conor Horn helping his defence as well. Now on the far side. Will they go long? Will they go short? And most teams nowadays don't want to lose possession. He goes the safety route, gives it to Colin Griffin out in the middle of the park. Still holding possession are the Austin Stacks players with their wing back now. That's Paul O'Sullivan again. We'll give it to this man has covered a lot of ground so far. Armin Heinrich with possession, gives it out, looking holding possession, still going forward, trying to get inside the 45. Coming around the loop is Conor Horn, giving it back again to Paul O'Sullivan. They end up back in the middle of the park again here in Austin Stack Park. They give it to Greg Horn now. Greg, nobody near him at the moment. He's solo. Now a defender comes near him. You call it forward because the forward is marking him on this. Okay, that's David Keane. But Stacks go lateral. Stacks not gaining ground at the minute, Ambrose.
No, but they're comfortable doing this, Tim. You see they'll inject pace at the last minute in and Feale Rangers and picking up the runners.
Yeah, Jack O'Shea hit a massive season last year for Austin Stacks. That ball's going to be recycled to the far side by Conor Horn, putting it out again. Looking for the runner, still holding possession. Conor Horn working very hard, but turnover there, and that's they got bodies back. Too much, shot passing by Austin Stacks, and it's a turnover, Ambrose.
Oh, it is indeed, and I see Martin Stack, my van man is furious inside because I felt when the ball was coming in, there was a tug on the jersey.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our umpires didn't spot it.
Yeah, now 2-point game. Austin Stacks 4, Feale Rangers 2 into the 26th minute of the first half here in this quarter-final. Now, still with possession. Going forward is Donagh Kamar for Feale Rangers. In the middle of the park now is Brian Sweeney. He's gone through a lot of ball as well. He'll give it out looking for Barry O'Mahony. Barry, Il Solo with the left. Turn out again towards Sweeney. Will he give the ball to Sweeney? Yes, he will. Now, Brian Sweeney, the captain of the side. He looks up, no option in front of him. That means they have to go lateral. They still have possession. Driving forward now is their centre-back. The centre-back is Ger McCarthy. Ger is got inside the 45, but he gives it out to Chris Trant. It's Chris Trant, the St Senan's man, holding possession. Now they'll try a different avenue, different channel, down in front of the stand, heading towards the Mitchell's end. Heading towards the Horns end even, and it's with Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown now. Eddie Brown will pass off. They're looking for someone running off the shoulder. Stacks have got bodies back, putting a hand. That ball will break. Too much messing again with the ball, and Stacks will come away with it, Ambrose.
It's like if it was a boxing match, you said there's a pile of shadow boxing going on because each side...
There's no fella landing a blow.
No, absolutely. But you have to say about Stacks. Stacks have 4 points on the board. They're 2 points. They can work the system. Feale Rangers are trying to work a system that Stacks have perfected.
And is it an opportunity now for Austin Stacks to learn the way they played in front of the goal? They'll have to do something different to get scores. They'll have to work the ball better. But Stacks are doing it, and I'm saying they're making great runs because in Shane Callan, Dave Mannix, Conor Horton, Amrick, they're all running. Yeah.
They're all off the ball. Whereas Feale Rangers, like there's one for getting the ball, and then all of a sudden he's alone, and he's going to pass it back again. And he's going to take on, and he's going to pass it back again.
And it looks like at the moment that wind, Ambrose, is blown from the stand towards the corner flag and the scoreboard end.
It's changing. Going, but it is strong.
So it's a swirling wind. But you have to be more composed in front of the goal.
Without a doubt.
And get closer to the goal.
Feale Rangers have missed maybe 2-3 very scoreable chances. You'd have to say Stacks have been far more economical in front of goals, and hence they've scored 4 points, but 4 points enough to put them 2 points up, Tim.
Yeah, resuming play again. Now Paul O'Sullivan inside his own half. He's gone through a lot of ball. The wing back, loads of space. He could build 10-12 houses in the space he was running into there. Now giving it out to Greg Horton. Greg gets inside the 45. It's a 2-point lead by Austin Stacks. He puts the ball down into the corner, looking for David Mannix. Good hands by Mannix inside, but he's in a very tight area of the pitch, closer to the corner flag. Now they feed it out, looking for O'Sullivan. That means they're going to come out towards the 45. Mike O'Donnell will hop the ball, come across the 45, giving it out, looking for his centre forward. That's Mike O'Gara. Mike O'Gara will play that ball back, looking for his centre back. That's Conor Jordan. Conor Jordan, give it to a man wearing a bib in the middle of the park. And it's not a training session, it's the goalkeeper. He's wearing an orange bib. He's up with the attack. No number at the moment. Ambrose on the goalkeeper's jersey. It's a bib.
It's a bib.
Now, what do you think of that? Was that there in your day, Ambrose?
No. Now, jersey anyway.
Driving forward is Conor Jordan. Conor Jordan give that ball in, looking for Michael O'Donnell, the captain. Now, still with possession. That ball breaks. Sinners come away with it. Now, where's Martin Stack? He's tall, tied up inside that foot forward leg, so they won't go long. Now, Barry O'Mahony for Feale Rangers. Give that ball out, running off the shoulders. Aaron O'Connor. Great work here by Feale Rangers. John McCarthy's on it. Mahony again. Oh, Mahony fumbles it. And the referee has blown a foul. Ambrose.
I thought he came under him. They were lucky.
Yeah, they were very lucky. Both sides were lucky. There could have been a score, but was that a foul?
Oh, I thought it was. No,
was it?
I thought it was. I thought he was taken out. But again,
that ball was in mid-air for him. That was a poor pass.
It's a poor pass. But that's what's happening there.
It'll be a chance for Feale Rangers to bring it back to a 1-point game, right about 20 metres out. And sure, it'll be Martin Stack taking this free. There's 1 minute left of normal time at the end of this first half. Feale Rangers 2, but Austin Stack's in the lead on 4 points. It just tells you how dangerous Feale Rangers are on the counter-attack.
But when the one few times that they have broken at pace, they have opened up Stacks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then again, you'll have to say the final pass, they were lucky enough to get the free there now, because it was a bad pass. And hence Ballyman didn't collect it.
Now, it'll be Martin Stack with this free. He'll be taking it off the left. A little stride forward. Just do the sensible thing. He didn't want to go too high. It went about, less than a metre over the crossbar and over the bar. So now it's back to a 1-point game at the end of the first half. Amos, your thoughts in that first half? 4 points to 3 in favour of
one would have to say 2 of the Feale Rangers points have come from frees. They've only scored 1 point from play. I know they've kicked a lot of wides, and even it's only 4 points to 3, Stacks to me look more comfortable than Feale Rangers. And I know there's only a 1-point game, but Stacks will play this passing game all night long. They're more accustomed to it. Feale Rangers, on the other hand, it's breaking down them at vital.
This is where the divisional sides could or may struggle towards the end of any game, because the club side are simply more composed. With that, the sun is coming in over the shed, as we say, coming from well, the St John's Church side here, so you'll be fairly you need the baseball cap now, Ambrose, because it's going to be a fun play. It's pretty strong. It's great to see it. A lovely evening for football. Maybe if we could take the wind away, it'll be conducive to good football. But we've seen the number of wides so far in this game. 31 minutes gone. A minute into injury time here. Feale Rangers 3 points. Austin Stacks 4 points. Still with possession now is their wing forward Armin Heinrich. Young players, of course, on this Austin Stacks side, and they have a number of injuries. Of course, they lost Joe O'Connor as well earlier this season, and Dylan Casey, of course, was brilliant last year and ended up he was captain of the side when they won the championship, the county championship in Kerry. Now still with possession, driving forward. They're in the half now. O'Gara has it, goes into a wall of Feale Rangers players. They still manage. Is that going to be a free in? Now this will be interesting, Ambrose. This is a free in inside the 45, free in to Austin Stacks, but I'm sure they'll bring up Wayne Guthrie. But it'll be interesting what way the wind is for this one.
I think he'll go off the ground with this.
Yeah, surely go off the ground. He's been striking him well so far in the championship, the goalkeeper.
David Mannix is
fancy. And is it David Mannix? Yeah, well, Wayne is still on the walk up. It's a bit like Shawnee O'Shea and the keeper coming up, Shane Ryan, in the All-Ireland semi-final. Well, he does maybe the wise thing here. He gives it to Shane. A long distance one here for our Wayne Guthrie even. And it's 4 points to 3. Will they extend their lead before the end of the first half? Austin Stacks, they have a point lead in this, could say, playing against a resilient Feale Rangers side so far in this game. Conditions very windy in Austin Stack Park, but missed chances at both sides of the field. Now on the approach, Wayne Guthrie strikes through the ball. The aim, the direction, he has it all, and that was the right. And just as we said, that's popped over the bar. They go into a lead of 2 points. Austin Stacks 5 points. Feale Rangers 3. Ambrose as the half-time score. It should be an interesting second half.
An interesting second half. You'd have to say Stacks are worth the 2 points. Feale Rangers have kicked a lot of wides, missed a lot of chances, but you'd have to say over the first, Stacks possibly just shading it and deserve to be 2 points up.
Absolutely great stuff. We'll be back for the second half as I am back to the studio here. The first of the quarter-finals. Well, it's the men from Division 1. Austin Stacks, the men from Tralee in the lead. Austin Stacks 5 points, Feale Rangers 3.
Feale Rangers
or roam wild in wonder in the Glen of Arlo and become captivated by the culture and craft of Kilkenny's cobbled streets, Ireland's ancient East, yours to explore. Keep discovering at discoverireland.ie.
Choose a rewarding career in healthcare by applying to be a healthcare support assistant with HSE Cork Kerry Community Healthcare. Staff are required, particularly in Killarney, Rathmore, Evora and Listowel. Ongoing training and education provided. Travel expenses and paid travel time while working. For more details and to apply, go to hse.ie/jobs and search under keyword for 0822.
There is a platform that guarantees your ad spend is 100% bot-free. That reaches customers, not computers. Where every spot is served, not a blind spot seen only by servers, and stops you getting false impressions from false impressions. Welcome to radio, advertising that never falls on deaf ears. Visit radiocentreireland.ie to see what radio can do for your product or brand.
Here, what's the story with Ruth and her zero alcohol beer?
Maybe she's doing dry January. She's a bit late.
Could be on antibiotics. I'm sure Ruth is fit as a fiddle.
Maybe she has an important fiddle recital? No, that was last week. It wasn't bad, actually.
Got the car with you tonight, Ruth? No, I don't.
You never need a reason to enjoy a great tasting beer. Heineken Zero. Zero explanation needed.
Every weekday, Radio Kerry Sports News keeps you up to date on local, national and international sporting events. Brought to you in association with Solar Bio, the solar panel specialists. For all the fixtures, previews and latest reports from the world of sport, don't miss Radio Kerry Sports News. Weekdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Brought to you in association with Solar Bio. Arrange your free solar power consultation today. solarbio.ie.
Feale Rangers versus Austin Stacks in the County Senior Football quarter-final, live on Radio Kerry, with thanks to Kelleher's Hardware, Rock Street Tralee, your one-stop shop on the Street of Champions.
And it's Stacks who've had the first score of the half against Feale Rangers as we hand back to Ambrose O'Donovan, and first Tim Moynihan.
Yeah, welcome back, Joe. We're 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the second half. The score remains as it was at half-time, 5 points to 3. We did have an attack from Feale Rangers, but over-elaborating with the passes, and great work by their full back line, Stacks. Now, Stacks on the attack. Stacks playing into the horns and deer in the second half. We said about how difficult, that's why it was so low scoring on the wing. Try to judge that win. So, will Austin Stacks, now we're free into Austin Stacks.
There's a call back here. There was an incident here with I think it was with Barry Shanahan and indeed the Martin Stacks.
And it's Brendan Brosnan, the referee, has gone into the defensive half for Stacks. He's gone towards the Mitchells in, so he's going to speak.
Bits of argy-bargy, I think.
Yeah, so he's going to chat here to a Stacks player and a Feale Rangers player. And we saw something very funny. Well, it was funny, but if there was a referee was running towards the player coming out with the ball, I said, ooh, if he could, it could have been contact, Ambrose, but it didn't happen. But it was funny from a spectator's point of view. But Brendan just sidestepped him in the player.
Cards there now by Brendan to Barry Shanahan and indeed to Martin Stack.
Yeah, so and their early cards at the start of the second half. But this is going to be free for Austin Stacks, just outside the 45. So it'll be interesting, as we said at half-time, Ambrose, that will the Stacks have learned the way Feale Rangers had played in the first half in front of that goal.
They will, and as often happens, you look at the flags here, the wind doesn't look to be as strong as it was earlier.
Yeah.
You know,
it has. You're dead right.
Flags have eased
it has died down. So, well, I was wondering, was it Wayne that was coming up for this? But
I have an awful funny feeling Wayne is coming up a lot tonight.
Yeah,
you know, he'd want to watch that.
I thought he'd be taking this, but it looks like it's going to be David Mannix. They're going to just outside the 45 into the Mitchells in Ambrose.
To be fair, Wayne got to kick the cracker just before, you know.
Yeah, and we have, just for our listeners, the commentary has died down a little because there was a tension there to Conor O'Keefe with a stoppage in play. So now is a chance. It'll be a chance for David Mannix taking this on. So it's a free outside the 45. A free to Austin Stacks. They've already a 2-point lead. Will they extend their lead? 5 minutes into the second half. Now, in that usual stance of the corner forward and free taker Mannix, little step forward here, little dance, moves more into central position, hits it high. Will it tail in? It's high, but it's well held inside Ambrose by Carl Keane, and he clears his lines for Feale Rangers.
Good goalkeeping there from the Listowel. Mannix sets up an attack straight away. Now this is what I want to see Feale Rangers kicking the ball. They're passing, and you know their final pass is letting them down, and they're continuing to play the shot passing game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult to see anything down at the Mitchells end because the sun is beginning to set, and it's pretty powerful at the moment. We won't argue with having that much daylight this time of the evening, but it's difficult to see any of the players down that end without that famous baseball cap you have, Ambrose. That ball's played into the centre to Brian Sweeney, the captain, attacking the Mitchells end. Played out now, look for Killian Trant, neat little ball inside. He's trying to get his wing forward on the ball. That's Thomas Scanlon trying to get high. That's high, but it's also is inside the post.
That's over the bar.
That's a good
great score.
Is that number 20,
Number 20,
Ambrose?
he's come
it's
on.
actually Rory Mahony of St Senan.
Mahony is a great score.
Rory Mahony, yeah, from a very tight angle. It's made a 1-point game. It's now Austin Stacks 5 points, Feale Rangers 4, Ambrose. 6 minutes played in the second half.
And fair play to the man. What Feale Rangers have failed to do over the last 35 minutes, Rory caught his ball, took his man on, went forward, went direct and put the ball over the bar. Because at the end of the day, they're still down a point. It's about what you put in the scoreboard. You can pass the ball all you want, but you still got to kick it over the bar, Tim, or make an effort to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. That ball's going to break on the far side. That's going to be picked up by Thomas Scanlon. Now give it to Brian Sweeney. Hugging that far sideline. He's gone through a lot of ball in the first half. Playing it out, look for his wing back. That's Niall Collins. He'll put it outside to the 45. This is Killian Trant, the midfielder for Feale Rangers. No way through for him there, but they'll still manage to hold possession. Driving forward is Barry O'Mahony. Well, this will be a super point by Barry O'Mahony, one of the brighter stars in the first half for the Feale Rangers side. So 7 minutes into the second half, we have a level peg in here, Ambrose. It's Feale Rangers 5, Austin Stacks 5.
Yeah, and this is where the Feale Rangers needed to start the second half. You know, go direct, don't be afraid to have a cut. On that occasion, Barry O'Mahony, 35 yards out, took his man on, put the ball over the bar. Keep it simple, but go direct him.
Yeah, Wayne Guthrie goes long, goes high in the middle of the park with the number 11. That's Michael O'Gara. They managed to hold possession there. Now, is there a bit of fluency on the attack for Austin Stacks? Now it's with Horn off the outside of the boot. Will he judge it? No, again.
Never going to work.
Those sort of shots didn't work in the first half. They won't work in the second half with that wind.
No.
It's gone to the right and gone wide.
Trying something fancy this all night for fancy with that breeze.
No fancy dancing tonight.
Make sure of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, with time running, well, at 8 minutes into the second half, the team that has settled the better are Feale Rangers, Ambrose.
This is the stat they needed. They were down 2 points. They're going direct. And as I say that, they're going passing the ball back again.
Yeah, and that is not a good idea, as you said, in the first half. And I must say hello to, there's a man down in Perth. He's, I got this from John Connolly, his son. He wants to say hello to his dad, who's celebrating his 81st birthday, and he's listening all the way in Perth. And his name is Paddy Connolly, Ambrose.
Well, happy birthday, Paddy, and we hope you're enjoying the match.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, 38 minutes gone now. Feale Rangers 5, Austin Stacks 5. On the attack again are Feale Rangers. Now it's Eddie Brown of Listowel Emmons, put it into the centre, looking for Killian Trant. Will he take on the shot here in front of goal? It's high. Does it stay inside the post? No, it's gone to the right and gone wide. Those wides are racking up on both sides. Now 8 minutes into the second half, and Stacks will be disappointed about their forward play as well, Ambrose.
You will, because actually Feale Rangers, they're coming to midfield, but they're going direct. They're taking route one.
Yeah.
They didn't do that in the first half.
They were going down
the house
and going down the wings. Yeah,
they're going
now
direct.
it's more centre. Yeah, more down the spine of the team and down the spine and the central area of the pitch. That's the way they're attacking Feale Rangers now. Greg Horn putting a neat little ball forward, steady, great pass by him, put it forward, looking for his centre back. That's Conor Jordan. Conor Jordan is fouled. About 5 minutes into the sideline on the 45. They're anxious to get on with it quite swiftly. Put that out to Conor Horn again. Conor Horn with possession. Too many players around him. Feale Rangers break at the back. That's good defensive effort by the Feale Rangers side. Working well, combining the corner back. Aaron O'Connor and Conor O'Keefe putting that ball into the centre. A lot of loose play at the moment by both sides. That's going to be a free in. Outside 65 metres from the Austin Stacks goal. They're still anxious to get on with it. I thought that was taken quite swiftly. That free. And the ball was still moving on the ground, to see. Now, still holding possession. And the far side is their number 9, Killian Trant. Have they played all the ways back into the centre, looking for Brian Sweeney again. Brian Sweeney now, the midfielder for Feale Rangers, looking up at the scoreboard. It tells us there's 39 minutes gone and there's 5 points apiece, shows the scoreline. Holding possession now is that man that scored a point. That's the number 20. That was Rory Mahony from that tight angle earlier for Feale Rangers. Started the brighter in the second half. Still holding possession. About 40 metres out is Shane Stack. He's already got his name on the scoreboard here for the Feale Rangers side in the first half. Stacks with bodies behind the ball, making it very difficult at the moment for the Feale Rangers players.
Yeah, but Feale Rangers came out at the start of the second half with fire in their bellies. They were going route one. Now they've gone back to their old way of playing again, passing and passing and passing.
Yeah, Barry O'Mahony with a brilliant score already. Gives it John McCarthy a chance here for the wing forward. This is Thomas Scanlon, but again gone to the left and gone wide. Scores difficult to come by, but we're now 40 minutes into the game, and it's Feale Rangers 5, Ambrose, Austin Stacks 5.
Yeah, scores are very hard to get by. You're dead right, but both sides are passing around a bit. But you'd have to say, to their credit, Feale Rangers have come out in the second half, and they're certainly they're showing a lot of fire in the belly and a lot of passion, more so than they did in the first half.
Yeah, definitely so. Now Michael O'Gara outside the 45 will hop the ball, has the options here. Man comes very deep to collect his Mannix. Mannix comes all around the corner. Mannix looks up at the post, but Mannix also kicks it wide, Ambrose. And you were nearly calling wise all the time at that side of the field,
and,
Ambrose.
The last time we were here, Tim, and I said a bit ago, when there's any bit of a breeze, the Horn's goal is becoming difficult to score in. Yeah. Not for the first time we've seen teams with difficulty.
Like to think of it in 41 minutes, there's only 3 scores at that side of the field.
At that side of the pitch, yeah. And indeed, you'd have said you put your money on David Mannix. That he'd make the run.
Yeah, and
he was perfectly
poised, everything.
Balanced.
And he could have gone a bit further.
Well, he could, but no, he was happy enough. He wowing well over. But
now,
wide.
We're looking again. Number of stoppages with the last couple of minutes, and referee Brendan Brosnan. Of course, we have one player. Greg is down. He's one man. The Stacks won't want to lose, as he's gone through a lot. He shows great leadership, Ambrose.
He does. And he's powering midfield tonight.
Yeah,
the one man they're missing tonight, and we spoke about it at half time. Stacks are missing a target man inside. Yeah. For in particular for Shane Callan and David Mannix. Now these two boys are great men to feed off a player.
Is this second half prime for Kieran Donny in Danger Square? You would. You'd be pumping that ball in.
I think I would too, but
and he'd be winning possession. So they'd be winning possession closer to the goal. Yeah. But if they're going to go route one when I can see Kieran Donny coming on in this game.
I could see Quilter coming on as well now, because I think they need to put a big man in.
Actually, you're dead right, because I think he's going warming up, or he's in the process of warming up. To make an entrance into this game. 42 minutes gone. We have a number of stoppages so far in the second half. It tells us the Feale Rangers are 5, Austin Stacks 5 points. Coming up later, we have Dingle taking on Dr. Crokes, the other black and amber. That'll be an intriguing game. Dingle with the favourites tag going into this game or into the next game. Will they? That's that maybe the advantage of Dr. Crokes. Who knows? Now driving forward is Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown. Give it back out, looking for Mahony. Mahony is pulled and dragged there, but still has possession. Back with the centre back, John McCarthy to Chris Trant in the middle of the park. Comes around the 45. They're playing into the Mitchells in Feale Rangers. Now a speculative shot here by the wing forward. This is Shane Stack. It's high, wide. But again Ambrose gone to the left and gone wide. It's a night of wides so far in this game. 43 gone Ambrose. The score remains Feale Rangers 5, Stacks 5.
Yeah, and I think Stacks are bringing off Conor Horn and they're introducing Sean Quilter.
Yeah, Sean Quilter and a promising player came through.
Probably will. I mean, I wouldn't be there. I tell Stacks to do, but what they need is put a man inside in the square and put a ball into him. Yeah. And give Shane Callan and they manage the opportunity to feed off of him.
Yeah. Young, he'll have his. I'm sure he'll have a chance again in this. Well, if Stacks can come out of tonight in this championship, young Conor Horn. But tonight maybe it wasn't a game that suited him, to say. Now, Greg Horn driving forward into the 45. Solos. Playing the ball into the pocket. Wow, great vision by Horn. O'Gara picks it up first time. A chance here, but good defensive effort here by Feale Rangers. That's the tenacity of North Kerry. Soccer-like, they'll clear it out to Trant. That is good work by the defence of Feale Rangers.
Great defending. You have to give credit there, I think, to Conor O'Keefe and indeed the Feale Rangers defence. Now they're attacking it, pace.
Yeah, Barry O'Mahony, highly influential. A long ball into the edge of the square. Who will win it here? Will it be a forward? Will it be a back? It's a forward. It's the corner forward. It's David Keane, but David being pressurised there, and in the end was very poor. You should be pointed that from that area, shouldn't you, Ambrose?
Yeah, but the one time
5 points apiece.
They actually put the ball into a Holy Mary kick. It was not going nowhere, but to be fair, he won it. And he done the hard work, you'll have to say. And then the simple thing was to tap it over the bar, and he put it wide. They're missing, like you said, the wides are racking up a bit, 5 points apiece.
Yeah, now, kick out there, gone astray by Austin Stacks. Turnover here is with Mahony again. Mahony, brilliant score earlier, surrounded there by Stacks of players, but they managed to hold it back with Trant. Trant doing a lot of donkey work in the middle of the park, still coming very deep to collect this. David Keane, they're still 45 metres out from the Austin Stacks goal, but Feale Rangers hold possession again with their wing back. This is Conor O'Keefe. Conor O'Keefe back again with Trant. Trant will look to his right. Now he sees the run here of Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown now, the full back. We've seen him in a lot of ball tonight, but it's the way the game has gone with so many players behind the ball for Austin Stacks. Back again with the corner forward, and that's David Keane. They're still 45 metres out from the Austin Stack goal. It's ball retention as far as Feale Rangers at the moment, and there's one big pocket inside in the edge of the square, but there's no one running into it at the moment. Now, coming on to the plays there, centre back, that's John McCarthy. Listowel Emmets will offload right on the 45. Give it again to Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown heading towards the corner flag at the moment. Been with John McCarthy as the sun gets really strong as it's setting even, and very difficult to see it down that end. We need those baseball caps. We said it more than once tonight. Back again with the midfielder, and that's Brian Sweeney. Brian Sweeney holds possession. They need to get a score with all the amount of possession they have at the moment, Feale Rangers. Barry O'Mahony goes into a wall of Austin Stacks player. They're 35 metres out. Could be a chance here for Feale Rangers, and it's the number 20 has a point already, but again it's off the outside of the boot by Rory Mahony. 46 minutes gone in this quarter final, and it's Feale Rangers 5, Ambrose, Austin Stacks 5.
Yeah, both sides. They're guilty of very, very poor finishing.
Wrong options
as well. Yeah, but there's a couple of scoreable chances they've missed. Hence the scoreline with 46 minutes gone, 5 points apiece.
5 points apiece, low scoring game. We're not getting excited about the scores anyway, because there's very little in the last number of minutes. Now Stacks will build from the back again. A game there for the taking by either side, but they say always the final quarter. Well, that's the business end of things. Now, first touch for Mr. Quilter. He's on the ball now. Gives it out, looking for the run of his midfielder. This is O'Donnell. Mike O'Donnell raced into the 20-metre line. He'll put it on the left. A speculative shot. It's high, and it's over the bar. A brilliant score by the midfielder Ambrose, and the captain, when Captain Fantastic we call him on that occasion, show great leadership. 47 minutes gone, and Austin Stacks have a 1 point lead.
Guess who's coming on the pitch, Tim?
Yeah, and it's Inter, the star. Now, we don't see too many stars in the sky, but we've one on the ground at the moment. It's Kieran Donaghy going into the edge of the square, Ambrose.
And he's replacing David Mannix. Yeah, they needed that outlet. I figured.
And you go direct with him now. Yeah, if you're a Stacks, I'm sure the Stacks manager will be saying that, but at the moment he's going to operate further out the field. Now, I suppose all about defending as well. at the minute. Now, because Feale Rangers have possession through Barry O'Mahony. Barry O'Mahony runs in and straight away Donaghy puts a hand in and a turnover, Ambrose.
Yeah,
that's the work and dispossess Barry O'Mahony. It's I suppose a combination of his football tricks and his basketball tricks. He won it on that occasion. Driving forward now is Conor Jordan again with Donaghy. He'll always probably take the right option. Solos. He's about 35 metres out from the Feale Rangers goal. He'll pass it to his right. Ball retention. Back in with the centre back, and they'll play it out. Austin Stacks towards the middle of the park. It's a case of who's coming forward. It'll be Greg Horn on this occasion. Will spread it wide, looking for Ronan Shannon. Ronan Shannon, Souls with the left. Coming around the loop is Quilter, but a hit and hope ball here. Who'll get it? Underneath it is Donaghy. Donaghy rises, Donaghy breaks it, but he'll break it into a Feale Rangers hands.
Feale Rangers defence are tidy enough, but this is what I want to see them moving the ball quicker. When they're attacking, they're that bit slow, giving the ball in.
Yeah, now it's Killian Trant going forward now. Gives that ball, looking for his corner forward. That's David Keane. Now wall of players now have formed by Austin Stacks. Austin Stacks defending down the Mitchells in. A chance here. It's Stack hits it high. That's a big score from Martin Stack. The McVeigh man looked up at the post. Was a wise thing to do on that occasion. Well, it's wise when you bring it off. And 49 minutes gone, Ambrose. Feale Rangers 6, Austin Stack 6.
Yeah, and that Martin Stack, we said he was threatened to that all night. He got the first time ball in, turned his man, popped it over the bar. Football is that simple, you know. And Feale Rangers, they're defending well, but they have to utilise Martin Stack more.
Yeah, Ronan Shanahan now with possession for Austin Stacks. He'll play that ball into the centre, looking for Greg Horn. Greg Horn now. Shimmies one way. He's outside the 45. He'll solo. Who's giving him the support? It's Mike O'Donnell, the point scorer. Spreading it wide to the far side of the field. They want to attack from with possession now is Armin Heinrich. They'll come around the loop again, come outside the 45. They'll play it into the centre. This patient build up. We're looking at the moment. They're looking for Donaghy. Donaghy comes in along the in line now. Will they go along to Donaghy? He's surrounded by a number of players. There's no player inside the full forward line, only Donaghy and a number of Feale Rangers players, Ambrose. So they're going to walk it.
We're talking about Shane Campbell's out in the corner flag.
Yeah, that's interesting. You'll be playing him a corner forward beside Donaghy.
Alongside Donaghy in front of him.
Not at the moment. It's all. He's lonesome inside, and he's well marshalled as well marked. Now Greg Horn will spread that ball wide, looking for Colin Griffin. Colin Griffin now on a solo run. Solo's with the left, the corner back. Now he gives it inside. Again looking for Shannon. Ronan Shannon still with possession, and that's it. Went into the tackle there, and is that going to be a free into Stacks, Ambrose? Yeah, a free into Stacks, about 25 metres out. Soft enough, Ambrose?
Soft enough.
Yeah, but what it will do is
in a critical position for them as well.
But what it will do is put him a point ahead if they get it, Ambrose.
They will, yeah, I see it. And it's that man, the captain, who certainly played a captain's role tonight for Austin Stacks, Michael O'Donnell.
Yeah, it's going to be Michael O'Donnell. Absolutely taking on the responsibility of this. A free kick about 24 metres out from the Feale Rangers goal. Puts the ball in right in front of him. He's going to drop it to the boot, and he's going to judge it brilliantly, Ambrose.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant score by Mike O'Donnell, and what it is, scores are hard to come by. It's worth its weight in gold on that occasion. It's Austin Stacks now 7 points, Feale Rangers 6, 51 gone.
3 of them have been scored by their captain Michael O'Donnell, 2 from play and 1 from a free. So you would certainly say he's definitely playing a captain's role.
And it looks like Jamie McVeigh is coming on for Feale Rangers for the wing forward for Thomas Scanlon, correct, the duo man. Now it's going to be a Carl Keane of Listowel Emmets, the Feale Rangers goalkeeper, with this kick out.
Amazing, Johnny. He's gone to midfield for the kick out, and they've moved in.
And they've pushed up in the kick out.
They have.
So now, if he comes to this side of the field looking for Trent,
it's a good tactic.
There's 2 standing in front of Donaghy. Shane Stack is one of them. If they come to this side, they decide to keep it away from Donaghy. They go to the other side of the field. That ball breaks there. And with that, there's a foul on the Feale Rangers player inside his own half, and it's going to be Conor O'Keefe with possession, takes that free in the far side. Now, driving forward, Feale Rangers, getting inside the 45, playing into the Mitchells in. Again with Trent, good work by him, going forward. They're trying to get another score to equalise here. A chance here for Feale Rangers. And they've got the score, Ambrose, of about 27, 28 metres out. And it looks like Barry O'Mahony.
Great score.
A brilliant score to equalise here on 52 minutes. It's Feale Rangers 7, Austin Stack 7. Difficult to call a winner now, Ambrose.
It is, because the game has improved. You know, it's intense stuff. I know scores are still difficult to come by, but you'll have to say the scores we've seen have been of a very high quality.
Yeah, when we do get them, we have to wait a little, but when we do get them, they are brilliant scores. And that man kicked a brilliant point earlier from that free Michael O'Donnell. He gets possession in the middle of the park and gives it to his wing back, Greg Horn. sending his team forward now is Jack O'Shea. Jack O'Shea's got a lot of ball tonight. It's like the old Jack O'Shea. We haven't seen him play like this all season. Gives a belt to his shoulder and puts a Feale Rangers man on his backside. Not happy with it when you go down in front of a crowd like that. Now driving forward is Armin Heinrich, giving it back to Quilter. Quilter looks in at the goal. Oh, it comes off. It could have been a point. I said the keeper didn't get a hand.
That's
it came off the stanchion.
It did, yeah.
That's a point, is it?
Great score from Quilter.
Donaghy's gone straight to Brendan Brosnan, but the umpire is after waving a point inside.
It's a point. He doesn't have to go to the referee.
It was like you'd be throwing a dart to the dartboard, Ambrose.
Bounced out
that was
quickly.
a seal, but it's at speed. But they're contesting it inside. I see the corner back going back. Aaron O'Connor. But Donaghy was telling them it hit the stanchion. It hit the stanchion.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, and it came back out. So that's a point, Ambrose, isn't it?
It is a point.
Yeah. Now, Donny, I don't think it is.
It is. He's after waving the flag.
He's after waving. Sorry, I thought he was saying no to Donaghy.
Kelly man is on top of this game.
Yeah.
This is referee, fair play to him.
Now,
and his umpires.
Ambrose, it hasn't changed on the scoreboard.
Well, the white flag has been raised. Kieran Donaghy's got a yellow card.
It's gone. Yeah, 8 points to 7. Donaghy, but I tell you, he knows how to play the ref as well, though. He argued for that at the start. A brilliant score by Quilter. Now, a 1 point game here. The first of a double header here in Austinstack Park. Coming up later, we have Dingle versus Dr. Crokes. But at the moment, Feale Rangers are trailing by that 1 point. 53 minutes gone. Feale Rangers gone inside the half of Austinstacks. Neat little ball inside. Look for Barry O'Mahony. He's 2 on the board already. He'll come around the loop here. He's confidence player. He'll sell the dummy. Looking for space to kick it into him. But a tight area of the pitch. Gives it to Stack. Stack is a guy that'll shoot inside as well. But Stacks are getting bodies back. Shane Callan helping his defence as well. That ball is put down into the corner. Getting closer to the Austinstack goal now. Coming in along the line. We haven't seen too many goal chances. But this is going to be a free into Feale Rangers, Ambrose.
This is scoreable.
Yeah, very scoreable position as well.
Tim with
the right for the kicker.
54 minutes gone.
Yeah,
this could tie up the
scores. We could. You could have a late night at the office tonight, Ambrose. Yeah, and if with that, we'll have.
To their credit, when Feale Rangers have gone down, they've gone down a point, they've fought their way back.
Yeah.
They'll take you after the other corner forward now. I think it's 26 is coming in.
Fiachna Mangan as well for Austinstack.
Sean Weir is coming in for
Fiachna Mangan for Shane Callahan.
For David Keane, is it?
So Shane Callahan is going to make his way. And he hasn't seen the board yet. Or is it? No, they changed their mind. Oh, maybe that was for the other substitute. Sorry, I was looking at. Sorry.
I said I think it bamboozles Tim.
No, but I thought that was first for Shane Callahan, but they're leaving Shane on, and we'll have to see who's coming off for Austinstack. There's so many things happening here in Austinstack Park, but it's the quarter-final of the Garvey Senior County Football Championship. First of 4 games this weekend, broadcast by Radio Kerry. Now, a chance for Feale Rangers to level. 55 minutes gone in this game. It's a 1 point game. Will we have it level here after Stack kicks this point? Oh, yes, he does. He pops it over the bar. 55 minutes gone here at Austinstack Park. It's 8 points to Austinstack. Ambrose, Feale Rangers 8 points.
Yeah, and Fiachna's come on for Ronan Shanahan there.
So 8 points apiece.
8 points apiece. This could go right down to the wire.
Yeah.
55 minutes gone.
It's Wayne Guthrie with the kick out. Now Wayne is telling the referee, I need a bit of space to kick it out into, in the sense that
they're going to be kicking it out now because there's level pegging and there's 5 minutes left in the clock.
Now
it will finish tonight.
Wayne Guthrie with the kick out. It goes to the far side. That ball, well won by Mike O'Donnell. Brilliantly won in the air. Give it inside. Look for Quilter. Tall man has to reach to the ground to see for that pass from Mike O'Donnell. They still managed to hold possession. Now spreading it wide to Armin Heinrich. He's gone through a lot of ball. Worked hard defensively as well for the Austinstack side tonight. Now it was one game they were saying the Feale Rangers could turn over the county champions. Can the reigning champions still stay in the championship? Well, the next couple of minutes will tell its stories, you see. Now that ball is put into the centre again. Look for Mike O'Gara. He's 60 metres out from the Feale Rangers goal. That ball... The odd whistle here, I don't think it's time to blow the full-time whistle yet, but I don't know, is that anxiety or what from somebody? That ball is played over to the far side, looking for Adam Corn. Adam Corn now driving forward is Paul O'Sullivan. Paul O'Sullivan now with possession. Austinstacks, they played into the centre, looking for Barry Shanahan. Still coming from the back. That's what they've done all night. Is Colin Griffin now. Soul is towards the 45. He'll offload, looking for his wing forward. This is Armin Heinrich heading towards the corner flag here in the dugout side. Greg Horn will take it more into central area of the pitch. Bringing it out to the 45 again, giving it to Mike O'Donnell. Feale Rangers with 14 behind the ball, Ambrose.
They are, and they'll make it difficult for Stacks to break it down. They've brought Donaghy on, but for some reason they're not going to kick it into him.
Yeah, at the moment they're not kicking it in. They're going to spread it wide to the far side, looking for Wayne Guthrie. Wayne Guthrie with possession. Yeah, exactly. No, they've gone with their sweeper back into covering for Wayne Guthrie, but Wayne is staying up with the play at the moment, and that ball will be played out to him again. And that ball is going to be played to the centre, looking for Barry Shanahan. Barry Shanahan now with possession, will give it out, looking for Greg Horn. Greg Horn been still holding possession, can break down this Feale Rangers. You'd have to say for a divisional side, they're well coached after 3 games to defence like this.
Yeah, they're good defensively, they're very good. But you'd have to say offensively, Stacks mightn't be the best either, Tim.
Yeah, exactly. They're not as potent as they should be, maybe at this level. Wayne Guthrie with possession on the 45, still holding possession. The crowd gone very quiet because they haven't seen nothing exciting yet. Now Greg Horn from a tight angle, but Greg kicks it wide. Scoreable chance for Austin Stacks. 58 minutes gone. Austin Stacks 8, Feale Rangers 8, Ambrose.
Dare I say, Tim, we could be in for a long night.
You could, because we have another game to go as well, but we're fortunate enough. Those lights could be coming on shortly, Ambrose.
I think they could be.
They should be heating them up. I take it like, do you ever see those lights inside the hen house?
That's right.
They have to heat up for a while. Those lights.
We're laying no eggs here.
There's no eggs being laid.
No,
to see.
No.
Yeah. So, Ambrose, your thoughts so far? Like it's on a knife edge now.
It is, and
every player is afraid he'd make a mistake out there. So he's holding possession.
No team, either side doesn't deserve to lose at the normal time.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see former Kerry minor here warming up for Feale Rangers. It's the number 21. That's Darragh Lynch of Listowel Emmets, and we're looking at Darragh, and we'll have to see. And looks like the wing forward, left half forward, Shane Stack is coming off. Now, Shane didn't probably get the space or that he did in the first half as well, Ambrose.
You have to credit Stack's defence as well. Both sides are
they set up defensively.
Well defensively,
but it's just the forwards
are. They kind of forgot about the attack.
And we've little or no goal chance.
No.
By either side,
There's 5 minutes of injury time.
5 minutes of injury time, and there's 1 minute left of normal time.
Going to the yellow bus, 5 and 1 and 6 hours, 6 minutes.
5 plus 1, and we're delighted to say as well tonight we have a young man, Chad, on us. He's a man from Arfert, and his name is Sean O'Connor. I'm sure he's proud parents out there. Sean, he's doing very well at the moment, Ambrose.
He is indeed. He's giving us all the stats.
He's giving us all the stats. So Sean will one day, he says, he wants to be a commentator and he wants to go into sport. Well, at the moment, hopefully he's happy with what he's seen here in Austin Stack Park. We're on the 60th minute mark of the game. Feale Rangers 8.
And Feale Rangers
it's a very stop-start, and Austin Stack 8.
Feale Rangers have a free got here, and this is
it's all about possession at this time of the game. Now marching forward is Donica Maher into the half of Austin Stacks. Gives it out to Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown now puts the ball into the centre. Coming around the loop again is Barry O'Mahony. Gone through a lot of ball tonight. This guy, if he has any bit of space, he will take on. He's a confidence player. Plays a beautiful ball for Brian Sweeney. Brian Sweeney gets possession out in the D. Donaghy puts a hand in, making it difficult for him, making it awkward. But still with possession is Niall Collins. 40 metres out now from the Stacks goal. This is Darragh Lynch. Darragh Lynch has put it over the bar.
Great
Will we
score.
call him a super sub? I know Ciara, his mum, I worked with her in Garvey Super Value. She'll be very proud of that kick from her son. He pops it over the bar. Feale Rangers 9, Austin Stacks 8, Ambrose. What a time to get a point.
Great score, well worked.
Yeah,
from the minute they kicked the free, there was purpose about them because they had 4 players going forward. That's the first time I've seen it tonight.
And you still feel
you
still feel the Stacks will get another chance, won't you?
You do.
Now,
4 minutes left.
Now there's 4.5 minutes left in this game, and Stacks need to score to stay in this championship. Could we have an upset here? That ball is in the centre. It's Barry Shannon. Barry Shannon now with a fisted effort side. Look for Jack O'Shea. Jack will press, put the pedal to the metal on the accelerator, says he. He'll put it to left. Horn missed one already. Now he's up front to goal. Horn comes off. It's a brilliant score from Greg Horn, aided by the left hand upright, says he, as we look at it. And he's put it up and over the bar, Ambrose. It's back to 9 points apiece. 4 minutes left.
Yeah, there we see it. Next score wins the watch.
I think so.
A great score from Greg Horn.
Brilliant. And to have the confidence to take it on. Yeah, sometimes they go outside. On this occasion, the upright here and the left-hand side, looking from the terrace side, aided by that, Greg Horn has put his team back level. Now gone forward is Conor O'Keefe. Conor O'Keefe for Feale Rangers. He's come back out towards his own goal. They give it out to Trent. Trent has workman-like performance in the middle of the park. Now, spread that ball wide. Look for Darragh Maher going into space now. Being tackled here by Michael O'Gara if he can get close to him. Not on that occasion. Gives to Eddie Brown, the full back. Going forward now, the Listowel Emmets man. Still holding possession. Give it again. Now, who'll get it now? Brown coming in along the in-line, being chased there by a Stack player. Now, they're only 20 metres out from the Stack's goal. Michael Garrett trying to get a tackle in there on the number 20, the St Senan man, Rory Mahony. And with that, caught for over-travelling. That is good defensive effort by Stack, Ambrose.
Very, very good defending. You're dead
brilliant.
right.
3 minutes left of injury time. We're going to have a stoppage here. Actually, another substitute coming on, this time for Feale Rangers. It's
Shannon O'Keefe.
Yeah, Shannon O'Keefe, yeah. And he's coming on. Who's coming off, Ambrose?
John McCarthy.
Oh, it's John McCarthy, the centre-back. He's run himself into the ground as well. 63 minutes gone. And I'm sure, well, if one of the teams go ahead now, that could be the final score of the game. 2.5 minutes left. Or else we'll have extra time. Now, still with possession. Coming out is Austin Stacks. Austin Stacks have had a real test and a real battle here from now. Wayne Guthrie, there's nobody in goals, Ambrose. This is a dangerous game. Wayne Guthrie comes out here towards the terrace side, gives it to the number 10. Of course, the number 10 is Armin Heinrich. Now, with Greg Horn, Solon, with possession. Fisted effort outside again for Guthrie. Now, with both teams take a draw at this stage, Ambrose?
Well, Stacks look to be playing for the draw because
they're
not in time to go forward.
No. Now, that ball is with Wayne Guthrie again. It's about holding possession. If there's a turnover, it's surely a goal at the other side of the field, Ambrose, because there's no keeper back there. Now, that ball, is that Donaghy gets it? Donaghy, could he make himself a hero? That ball is high, wide. But it's also wide. A chance for Austin Stacks. And minute and a half from a final whistle, we should be saying. Right. Feale Rangers 9, Stacks 9. Have we the first draw of these quarter-finals?
Well, I'll tell you, the two of us are blessed with the North Kerry teams because with their minor team here, we were to replay draws and everything.
Yeah. So Ambrose, you could be staying in Tralee with me tonight. No lights because it'll be.
1 second. Feale Rangers boys are attacking.
Now Feale Rangers have a free at the other side of the field. Now what is the referee? Now looking up at the clock, Ambrose. If Feale Rangers can work a score, they move to a semi-final because there'll be no time left for another attack from Austin Stacks.
Yellow card, no.
Yeah, so it's all about going for it here.
Do or die.
It's do or die now. Who can make himself a hero? Going forward now is Aaron O'Connor. Aaron O'Connor for Feale Rangers. Give it out. Holding possession now is the number 17, and that's Sinan O'Keefe. Now, going forward is Barry O'Mahony. Now, Ambrose.
He's the only player to have Feale Rangers.
Yeah, he's outstanding. He's outstanding.
He's the one man that makes an effort to go forward.
No, he's not going short, Ambrose. I thought, would you put it down, Ambrose? The wind has died down.
Goalkeeper?
I think it's worth the chance. 55.
It's definitely the last kick of the game.
It's Shawnee O'Shea territory. Is there a Shawnee O'Shea on this?
The goalkeeper's gone back.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Do you want to go for broke? This is going to be the last kick of the game, Ambrose, because the 5 minutes of injury time is up. Now he's asking the sideline what Martin Stack.
What does he want to ask the sideline for? It's not the last kick of the game.
He's not going for it, Ambrose. He's not going for it.
Or
is he? No, he's going short, Ambrose. They're trying to work it in.
Dear.
That's a turnover. Still with possession. 65-21 on the clock. And it's all over. It's a draw, Ambrose. I thought it was silly going short. Yeah. Not because it didn't work out, but for a fella's try, you might as well have a cut at it.
Well, if it was the last kick of the game,
it's 9 points apiece. So we're going to have extra time, Ambrose.
Yeah, the lights have come on here, Tim.
The lights have come on here in Austin Stack Park. So we have. It's the first game of the quarterfinals, the first draw of the quarterfinals, and after 65 minutes and 33 seconds, and remember folks, there's another game to come as well tonight, but it's 9 points apiece, Ambrose.
Yeah, 9 points apiece is right. It was by no means what you would call a cracker, but I suppose it was in the seat stuff in regard to the score, and there was never more than 2 or 3 points between them. You know something, I don't think any team deserved to win it, and I'd put it that way, rather than lose.
And it was a game that no forward shine tonight.
I think Barry O'Mahony was kind of for me the two players you could say. Michael O'Donnell, the Stacks captain, kicked 3 great points from midfield. Got one was free. Barry O'Mahony as well. Martin Stack when he got.
You're very welcome back to Austin Stack Park, and it brought a few memories back there, listening to Pat Kelly. Ambrose was telling me here he was one of his great customers back in the day when you would buy a record or buy, I think he was giving away his age on that, and buying a CD. Well, times have changed, but he was happy with those sounds by Pat. Now, both teams are out for the first period of extra time here in Austin Stack Park. At the end of normal time, the scoreline read Feale Rangers 9 points to Austin Stacks 9 points. Ambrose, can you call a winner in this? Well, we'll have to have a winner, but in extra time.
You know, both sides are set up so good defensively. Offensively, probably both sides are not lacking that little bit. But I mean, yeah, for me, you know, it's very hard to call it. I think you'll see what, you know. I thought in the second half, but I thought Feale Rangers were kind of more attack-minded. They went forward better, you know, and they kicked some good scores. But they still have got to bring, you know, their forward line into it. They're not just fine to be packing your defence, but you've got to go about winning it now as well. You're in extra time now, so I'd say you'll have to throw a small bit of caution to the wind and go about winning it.
Yeah, both teams were afraid to probably lose possession of the ball in the first half. Lose possession as in roaming around the field and being in the right place at the right time, but holding that ball up. But nobody wants to take on those scoring opportunities. So right. And that was a huge score as well by Greg Horn, wasn't it? Aided by the upright, but he went for it.
He did. Fair play to him. He did.
For Austin Stacks. Now we're ready to rock and roll for the first period of extra time. The referee, Brendan Brosnan, he's on overtime tonight in the refereeing duties. This game has gone to extra time. Coming up later, of course, we have Dingle taking on the black and amber of Dr. Crokes. That should be an entertaining one as well. But this is pretty low scoring after 60 minutes, 9 points apiece. When you see nowadays teams even hitting 120, 121 in games. Well, two defensive teams in this game tonight, Feale Rangers and Austin Stacks. Now, he's looking at his linesmen, looking at his umpires. That ball is in the air. We're ready to rock for the first period of extra time. That's brilliantly won by Greg Horn. He's gone the long route inside for Donaghy. They're playing into the Mitchell, and Donaghy goes high inside, surrounded by two Feale Rangers players. And with that, overplayed it inside. That's going to be a free out for Feale Rangers.
Yeah, free out, good defence.
No, I've seen frees given. Yeah, in other days.
You have to say it as well. I thought it was
a
little bit harsh.
So that'll be interesting. Now, it's a Carl Keane with that free. The free, they said Donaghy overplayed it on that occasion. They're giving it out to their wing back inside his own half. That's Conor O'Keefe coming into the centre to win possession. It's a dual player. This is Barry O'Mahony. Barry, surrounded there by a number of Stacks players, and one was Kieran Donaghy. Now, working it forward with Killian Trant on the far side in front of the stand. Gone aside the Austin Stacks 45. Of course, Austin Stacks defending the Horns into the first period of extra time. 55 seconds gone in the first period of extra time. That ball is played out to Brian Sweeney in the middle of the park for Feale Rangers. They go on the attack again. This man had a huge score earlier. Darragh Lynch coming around the corner is Barry O'Mahony, one of the stars for Feale Rangers, and one of the stars has put it wide once again. 1 minute and 13 seconds. And how many wides have we called tonight, Ambrose? Feale Rangers 9, Austin Stacks 9.
And normally that's why I always regard that the Horns in here as the scoring in. And you'd have to say the last two matches I've been here, I've seen bad wides being kicked into that goal.
Maybe it's climate change, Ambrose.
Something, the tricky wind or something, maybe.
Maybe it's the climate change. A lot of swirling wind around Austin Stack Park. Now driving forward. It's chance here for Feale Rangers. This is O'Mahony. It's high and it's over the bar. That's a good score. He's had one already in the second half. Rory O'Mahony, number 20, and he's put the divisional side into a lead here against Austin Stacks Park. 2 minutes played and the first period of extra time. It's Feale Rangers 10, Austin Stacks 9.
Very good score. You're dead right. But again, direct football. He put the head down, looked up, one solo, steadied himself and popped it over the bar.
Yeah, now there's an Austin Stack player down.
Is it an injury?
Yeah, and physio's gone out to him. Brendan Brosnan has gone back. This is not the time, I suppose, you want it, but it's very important for the safety of the player. But it stops the momentum of either side if you're the team that's gone ahead. But the Austin Stack player is down.
And see the physio there,
about 20 metres.
Well,
20 metres from his own goal. Is it Jack O'Shea, Ambrose?
And I
fullback?
I see that Barry Welsh is
or is it the cornerback?
Barry Welsh is after taking off the tracksuit. He's going to come on here.
Yeah, it was either Jack O'Shea, I think, that was down on that occasion. Now that ball is put up along the wing. Now, who the legs for this? Armin Heinrich gone through a lot of ball in this game for Austin Stacks, trying to come out of his own half now. Giving that ball out to Adam Kern. Adam Kern to give it to Wayne Guthrie. Wayne is outside his own 45. Now, he offloads to Feale Mangan. They're trying to work it from inside their own half with their centre back, and this is Conor Jordan. Conor Jordan gives possession now again to Armin Heinrich. They're 80 metres out from the goals of Feale Rangers. They need a point now to level it, since very difficult at times to get scores in extra time, and it's very important if you do get the opportunity to take it. Now, they're going down another channel now with Wayne Guthrie in the far side, Ambrose.
Yeah, Wayne is bringing forward again. As he done throughout this whole match.
And on the same token, the ball goes back when he has it, so sometimes you'd wonder.
It's the first time in my life there's no player at all now.
There's no player inside the half. Yeah, so if that ball is turned over, you want to be Usain Bolt to get back on the goal line. But that's the way the game has gone. Now, 4 minutes played. Now a chance here. Sean Quilter a bit of wayward. That ball is going to float to the far side. Inside is Shane Callahan. Wins possession. I thought he was going to take the mark. Takes the shot instead, and it's gone to the right and gone wide. Another wide for Austin Stacks. 4 minutes into the first period of extra time. Scoreline reads: Feale Rangers 10. Austin Stacks 9, Ambrose.
Yeah, and you would have to say that both sides are guilty of gilt-edged misses. That was an easy touch as well for I felt for Shane Callahan, and now you'd expect she's 2 points kicked already. That was an easy chance for him by his high standards. A bad miss for Shane tonight, I think.
Yeah, now that ball is kicked out to the far side for Feale Rangers. This order of the day, the short kick out. Now on the overlap is Sinan O'Keefe in the far side, still with possession, getting inside the 45 of Austin Stacks. Austin Stacks defending the Horns end here in Austin Stack Park. Now, still with possession of Feale Rangers, coming around the loop, but there's bodies back, and that's what they're good at, and that's either good defending or loose play by forward, and Stacks turned it over.
A bit of both. You'll always see when Feale Rangers overdo the hand passing, there's the last pass that's always gone astray for them.
Yeah, Sean Quilter, that ball is in the centre again for Austin Stacks. Feicna Mangan involved in the play. Now Donaghy with possession here, just in front of the dugouts, playing that ball into the centre. Paul O'Sullivan gone forward now, the wing back. Of course, Brendan was part of this panel as well and would be playing if he was fully fit, but struggling with injury. Now it's still Donaghy. Donaghy went to ground there, late tackle by Eddie Brown. Referee says nothing to him. Now Donaghy doesn't make a meal out of it either. That ball is out to the 45 again. Patient play by Austin Stacks. Greg Horn is going to kick it all the ways inside towards his own half, back to Wayne Guthrie. Wayne Guthrie now comes outside the 65, heading towards the 45, hugging that far sideline. No, and Guthrie's gone forward again. Now there's no goalkeeper, Ambrose. Wayne Guthrie's in the other half of the field. There could be danger here. He's telling somebody. Nobody gone back in the goal line, Ambrose. Nobody sees it. Now Jack O'Shea has gone into goals. This could be danger here for us next. Now, but lucky for them, that's a line ball on the far side, and I'm going to say it. We see it a number of times. Keepers are going to be caught, Ambrose.
They are, but
he went in for a pass, he didn't get it, and suddenly
Rangers won't catch him because they were too slow.
Too slow in the counter-attack.
When they knew where he was, they had 2 men inside in the square, and still they didn't kick it in. So I mean,
Now that's a big blow. Big blow for Jack O'Shea. Yeah, he's running. Now he hasn't been right with injury all season, but he's been replaced by Barry Walsh, an experienced player as well. And you played with his father, Denny Walsh.
Indeed, Denny Walsh.
We won an All-Ireland
together with ESP.
ESP, yeah. That's he was a serious athlete, mad into his fitness. Denny Walsh, yeah, good, strong football, direct footballer, tough cornerback. Now, still with possession, Feale Rangers on the far side, getting inside the 45. The Stacks need a scores. Feale Rangers 10, 9 for Austin Stacks. 7 minutes gone, and another wide by Feale Rangers. Ambrose, 7 minutes gone, and a 1 point game, and it's hard to call a winner in this one.
It's like a thing we'll get really excited. We'll see a score because we're commentating on, and it is poor. It's very poor finishing.
Yeah, it is poor. Yeah,
wide after wide.
Yeah. No, you can't blame the win for certain things.
No, you can't blame the win
all the time, because you should learn after 1 or 2 efforts in front of goal. But it's just continuous right through the first half, the second half, and now the first period of extra time. Now 8 minutes gone. In the first period of extra time, that ball is put down to the far side. Shane Callan closer to the corner flag on the Mitchell side of the pitch, but he'll play it out. Chance here for Stacks. Is that into the edge of the square? Donaghy goes up, ball breaks. Not enough Austin Stacks players. I cannot understand that. You pump a ball in on top of Donaghy, and all you see is yellow shirts around a black and amber shirt. Yeah. He's no help.
You need some for it to feed off him.
Absolutely.
It's not rocket science.
No, he's not going, and I've seen it happen. Oh, that ball could be. Oh, lucky for them. Aaron O'Connor got a fist to it. That was going to all open up. It was a Greg Horn on the far side. Now, can they get a score at the other end now? Wayne Guthrie is outside the 20. The cornerback is closer to the goal line than him. Wayne decides now, I go back in goal. 8 minutes gone in the first period of extra time. The football is not quality at the minute. Scores are hard to come by. Feale Rangers 10, Austin Stacks 9. Now, can Feale Rangers get something out of this attack? Jamie McVeigh now, 20 metres out. Played off the shoulder, looking for Rory Mahony. He's been on the scoreline already. Walks into a number of players, still holds possession. Now there's a chance here for Feale Rangers. We could have the first goal of the game. Is it Darragh Lynch? It is a goal! A goal by Feale Rangers. Well worked in. It was Jamie McVeigh, got inside the defence, and the point scorer and the super sub Darragh Lynch has hit the back of the net. This game has turned on its head. Feale Rangers win 10, Stacks 9 points, and comes after 9 minutes of the first period of extra time.
Yeah, I'd have to say great play from both substitutions by Feale Rangers. They worked it well.
And unselfishly by McVeigh.
Yeah. McVeigh gave 100%.
Darragh Lynch.
Give the ball to the man in the better position. Make sure of the goal. And by God, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Goal.
The two subs combined.
They've turned it on its head.
A poor ball up the wing. Could we see the exit of Austin Stacks from this championship? They're the reigning champions. Now we see somebody warming up below. That's Owen Carroll for Austin Stacks. They're running out of IDs. That goal is like gold dust at the minute, in the sense that scores are hard to come by. It becomes in a command and lead now. Feale Rangers. Oh, that was almost a big hit there by Paul O'Sullivan. Another Feale Rangers. Everything is going the Feale Rangers' way at the moment, Ambrose.
There is, and to their substitutions
and
that they've brought on are working for them.
There's a bit of a belief there as well.
Yeah, you have to say what they brought off the bench, that they're getting involved in the game.
And they've been dogged.
They have. They've been tough all night.
Absolutely. We're at half-time, almost to half-time. A minute to go of normal time of the first period of extra time, but the scoreline reads 1-10 to Feale Rangers. Austin Stacks 9 points. Now that ball is outside the 45 to Darragh Lynch. You call him a super sub because he's done brilliantly, the Listowel Emmis man in this game, the former Kerry minor. Now going forward again is Jamie McVeigh that set up that goal. Goes into being tackled there by Sean Quilter. Donaghy tries to tackle Eddie Brown, but Eddie, he gets away, and you can see, I suppose Donaghy is 40 years of age almost. The legs are not there, Ambrose, so he's trying to chase him there. And you wouldn't expect. He needs to be on the edge of the square.
That's exactly what you need him to do, is put him in the edge of the square. Yeah. I'm amazed at the Stacks management.
Yeah.
They're allowing to come out.
He's out around the middle of the park. If you were to turn over a ball there, who would you like to float it on top of? Donaghy?
20 years ago, Kieran was good at this. I mean,
but not yet.
Father Time has caught up, so you maximise his strengths now.
Yeah. Now,
they're not doing it, playing him out around the middle of the field.
Jamie McVeigh with possession outside, 50 metres out, but that's going to be a turnover by Austin. That good work by Michael O'Donnell in the middle of the park. Now Greg Horn has it. Greg Horn is going long into Shane Callahan, and I think this is just justified what we just said, Ambrose. That's why Donaghy should be on the edge of the square for that turnover.
Exactly.
He was behind that play, and he should have been on the edge of the square, whatever system they have.
And the
ball ended up with the corner flag.
So it's very unusual. Stacks are going down the flanks. They're not going up the middle.
If you had Donaghy in the edge of the square, the full back wouldn't be down the pitch.
No.
So and they could have gone long if Donaghy was in there.
And
but
you'd give an outlet to the players coming up, of course.
That's poor. Now, Feale Rangers 1 goal and 10, Stacks 9 points, 4-point lead, and we're half-time in extra time. Can you sum it up before we hand back to the studio, Ambrose?
You'll have to say Feale Rangers are well worth that. They took their goal chance well, and unselfishly, you're dead right. Both subs combined very well. Yeah, Feale Rangers are worth this. I think Stacks have run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Tactically.
Now the questions are being asked. Yeah.
Don't have it. And as I've mentioned already, with good Kerry blood in me and some Clare blood, I was very fortunate that the leg healed quite well.
Terrace Talk on Radio Kerry. Brought to you in association with Meadowlands Hotel Tralee, where being local means coming home.
Feale Rangers versus Austin Stacks in the County Senior Football Quarter-Final, live on Radio Kerry, with thanks to Kelleher's Hardware, Rock Street Tralee, your one-stop shop on the Street of Champions.
Yeah, welcome back. We're 8 seconds old in the second period of extra time here. It's a 4-point lead by Feale Rangers as Austin Stacks attack the horns end here at Austin Stack Park, and that's going to be free in. Would it be wise now to just take, which he is, Wayne Guthrie's coming up to take this, because it brings it back to a 3-point game.
Exactly. I think Michael O'Gara has been replaced now, as far as I know.
Is Paul O'Sullivan gone as well? No,
Paul O'Sullivan's gone as well.
See, you're talking about a lot of running, the way they played both sides defensively, a lot of effort went in, Ambrose.
Energy sapping, absolutely.
Now, a chance here for
every score for Stacks in this 10 minutes now are vital to them, because as you said, 1-10 to 9 points, they're down 4 points.
Definitely so, and it's going to be Wayne Guthrie taking this.
Big kick.
Yeah, 40 metres out. The wind is pretty strong. Will he go to the far post, let it curl in?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the man with the bib, the former Kerry minor, on the approach, short run up, strikes it, but it's going to the left and go. We said about the far post, he went to the near post.
He went to the near post.
So the wind is blowing towards the corner.
Rocket science, yeah.
Yeah.
The wind is blowing across you over for the far
Chance gone a begging.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, and do you know something now? Like, it has been tight. Scoring opportunities haven't been of a premium yet.
No.
So, I mean, all scores have to be taken. Feale Rangers now will...
They're in the driving seat now. It's theirs
to lose. Now, they've defended well all night. All they need is 10 more minutes.
That's well one of the better players for Austin Stacks. That's Greg Horn. Put forward now. Chance here. Shane O'Callaghan on the edge of the square. Surround. Oh, it's a bullet.
Crossbar.
Oh, it comes back off the upright. A chance for Quilter. He'll take his point. But a chance for Shane Callaghan. A rocket came off the crossbar at the horn's end. Could have been a goal, ended up a point. It's back to a 3-point game. Feale Rangers 110, Austin Stacks 10 points. 12 minutes gone, Ambrose.
And you'd have to say all night that was the best move all night. They moved the ball at pace. We were talking about they can inject pace. They injected pace that time. And you'd have to say Shane Callaghan won the ball that time, Tim, in front of goal, not out in the corner flag. He'd a rascal off the crossbar.
Poor kick out again for Feale Rangers. So it's back in Stacks territory. Will Wayne Guthrie come up and take this?
No.
Sean Quilter will lob it into the edge of the square. Donaghy's inside. Donaghy, the 39-year-old, rises, catches it, lays it off, and it's another point for Stacks. It's back to a 2-point game. As the number 18 there, it's Garrod Fitz, has popped it over the bar. We're back to a 2-point game. Now, 13 minutes into extra time. It's 110 for Feale Rangers. Stacks 11 points.
And we just to make it listen for our listeners. Donaghy standing inside the square. They put a high ball in. He won his ball. Who was in front of him? He subbed from Austin Stacks, punched the ball out, he kicked the ball over the bar. That's how simple it is.
Yeah, we've been canvassing, pitching for it all evening, Ambrose, and maybe somebody listens to us down there. I know our listeners are sure.
It's not,
but maybe the man, but it is. When you have a man like that, and he's very difficult. The man, when he puts the hands over, he's just full.
Well, you have to say there's
physically strong.
There's 3 Feale Rangers players gone on him, and he's giving each of them 6 inches, which is a big plus. So that'll tell you the Rocket Science keep the ball in high.
We have another Feale Rangers man down now, and Shane Callaghan is saying, is there a bit of time waste? I don't think it is, because this man looks injured. It's Conor O'Keefe. Now, Brendan Brosnan, safety of the player is very important. So
and I think Feale Rangers, he's going after.
He is the man. He's sure he can barely stand on one. Now, Feale Rangers 1 goal and 10, Stacks 11 points. So that tells us it's a 2-point game, and we've 8 minutes left in extra time. As we said earlier,
Kieran Pearce still is still man replaces Conor O'Keefe.
That Darragh Lynch goal was huge. Now they're pushing up in the kickouts, making it difficult for Feale Rangers. But this time, Feale Rangers win possession. Will that ball go back to their keeper? Donaghy's inside. We've seen how he surrounded a keeper in Donegal. We got a goal out of it and into county level. Can he do it for Stacks? Now that ball is over on the far side. Well won. Stacks win it. What a steal over on the far side, but illegally, is it?
No, yes, it is. Line ball.
As a line ball, it's going to be a line ball to Feale Rangers. I think we're going to have some drama for the next 6 minutes.
Stacks have changed their game plan. Totally changed the tactics. They're pushing up.
And every team should push up in a kick out. You have to go long then. Yeah, that's well won by Eddie Brown outside his own 45. Now, they have been on the back foot with the last number of minutes, Feale Rangers, and they had a 4-point lead, but that's down to 2 now. Feale Rangers attacking now, heading towards the Mitchells in with Barry O'Mahony. Barry O'Mahony, the dual player, now puts that ball down. The man that's looking for it is Sean Weir, the St Senans. He wins it. Is he fouled?
A
silly one to give away. A silly free, and that's a free about 26-27 metres out from the Stacks goal.
It was Adam Curran, was it pulled down? There was no need of it.
Silly, like they're back in the game, and this could push it out again to a 3-point game. But
15 minutes gone,
and if
scores are vital.
Yeah, scores are vital, definitely in extra time.
This is Martin Stack.
And this guy's been on fire.
He's
now,
out 10 yards into the
so he's going to take a pot, but is it going to come in, Ambrose?
It is.
It's high. It tails in off the upright. Beautifully aided by climate change, Ambrose will say. That wind. Feale Rangers now go out to 1 goal and 11. Austin Stacks 11 points, 16 gone in extra time.
My van, man, he played the elements. He went for the opposite post and he kicked, albeit off of it, but he still got his point.
Absolutely. Now Wayne Guthrie with that kick out again. Now Stacks need to get their hands on it, but failed on that occasion. Now the tails are up by Feale Rangers, gone forward. Could they find themselves in a semi-final of the county championship? That's Barry O'Mahony, but Barry puts it wide on his own side. 16 minutes gone. That's 4 minutes left of extra time here. Feale Rangers 1-11, Stacks 11 points.
Normally you said that was as good as the score on that occasion.
Well, he killed the ball anyway, but not in this. Stacks will only go looking for one thing when they go forward. Donaghy's on the edge of the square at the other side of the field. Wayne Guthrie has to get it his own player first. Now, will the centre back win it? Yes, he does. Goes to ground. The man that will pick it up is Colin Griffin. Colin Griffin is fouled, the Stacksman. Every time you foul now, it's a second gun, Ambrose. So you have to be small bit cynical.
No, they're doing it right.
No.
Kieran Donaghy is Shane Callan on the square.
On the edge of the square. So will they go direct route? Now, it goes long to Quilter. Donaghy rises. Donaghy breaks. And why was that a free out?
He said that
is he saying
Stacks fellow was pulling.
Yeah,
and I don't think
Donaghy was out in front of him.
Donaghy, I said, I know it was a foreman calling Shane Callan.
That was interesting. Maybe the umpire spotted it, but Donaghy was winning. But the next ball, if they go and attack again, it's going to go.
They've got to do.
If they're going in and top of Donaghy, and they could have done it earlier. 17 minutes gone now. Back to 3 minutes left of extra time here in Stack Park. It's 1-11 to 11 points. But the men ahead are on the attack again. The Feale Rangers on the attack. Now, Darragh Lynch has gone into more central position. Will he get possession? No, they give it to Barry O'Mahony. Barry O'Mahony now, 45 metres out from the Stack goal. They would say 4 points would be a huge thing for them. That ball is Weir. Darragh Lynch gives it to Weir. Now that ball is the centre. They surely get a point out of it. Martin Stack turns on a sixpence. That's a brilliant score. And that's good work by Darragh Lynch. Jamie McVeigh give it to the man in form. Stack, he puts it over the bar. It's 1-12 now for Feale Rangers. Stack's 11 points.
Yeah, and we've seen more football in extra 10 than we've seen in all the game that preceded.
Yeah, you won't win being too defensive. No. You have to go for broke at times. Now, what can Stacks do? They have 2.5 minutes to stay in the championship. They are reigning champions. The Bishop Minor Cup will be leaving the Rock if they don't do something about it. That ball is in the top of Donaghy. That ball will break, but it breaks into Feale Rangers. Their tails are up now. The men from North Kerry, they come out of defence, and well worth their lead as well. Now, that ball is going to be won soccer style by Colin Griffin. He'll go down it, surrounded. That's good work by Darragh Lynch. He dispossesses the corner back. Now, Darragh Lynch, nobody ahead of him. He'll use all his strength. He holds possession. Super sub. He's definitely super sub. That ball is with O'Mahony, and that's going to be a free in. 50 metres out for Feale Rangers. Good work by Darragh Lynch.
Darragh Lynch and Rory Mahony again.
He scored 1-1.
Yeah, Feale Rangers subs have had a big impact
in this game. A huge impact. Absolutely.
They've worked a treat for them. Fair play to their management.
And they'll look at themselves now, Ambrose, and they'll see themselves in a semi-final. Anything can happen, and they're playing with something a lot of teams mightn't have. Well, they play with heart.
And they can look at themselves defensively, that's fair enough. But going forward, they've shown us here an extra time what they can do going forward. It's 1-12 to 11 points. They've kicked more better scores than we've seen in the whole at the first time.
Absolutely. Those two men have done so well. The St Senan's man, Rory Mahony, and Darragh Lynch.
That was great play from Darragh Lynch there, because he held it up as well.
Number 18 as well.
That's what I'm saying. Their subs have had a huge impact on this game.
Now it's all, well, like you said, Stacks had a chance when they brought it back to 2 points, but in a foul at the other side of the field. Now this man has been in huge form. The Maiva man kicking frees and from play right throughout the championship. He's 45 metres out. He'll kill the ball anyway. He puts it off the outside of the boot, but it tails to the right and wide.
That might be as good as the score now, given the time frame.
The time is against him, Ambrose.
There's only
30
2 minutes
seconds
to go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there'll be very little injury time, I'd say.
That's it, 2 minutes, he's saying.
Now, Stacks need 2 scores to stay in this game, to carry to penalties even. Now, they're going forward. They'll put it inside again. And I thought they'd go long looking for Donaghy in that occasion, but they didn't. Back with Horn, still possession. A hit and hope ball here. That's going to be a free in. That's going to be a free in. They'll take that free if there's another play.
They will, of course.
Yeah, so it's still 2 scores. They have a chance here.
But it's 20 minutes. There's only 2 minutes left now, Tim.
Now, there's, exactly 20 minutes. And there'll surely be 2 minutes of injury time, will they, Ambrose?
There's 2 minutes of injury time.
2 minutes of injury time. So if Sean Quilter puts this over, it's back to a 3-point game. That's what it does. Now Stacks are on 12 points. Feale Rangers on 1 goal and 12, Ambrose.
That's Quilter's third point of the match.
Absolutely.
He was another good substitution to bring on.
Now, it's going to be
but you have to say, you'd have to go with the men from the north. The Stacks have to get a goal.
Carl Keane is with this kick out. Feale Rangers.
No, I'd push up. And every man, woman and child that Stacks are up beyond the 45.
Now. And their supporters are not as vocal as usual, but this is a kick out. Will they break it? That ball will break. Will it go off the Stacks? That's put out. That's a line ball to Stacks, Ambrose. So this is going to be.
Who's the line ball?
It's definitely. It definitely came off a Feale Rangers player, Ambrose.
I thought it did too.
No,
but what's
it's a line ball. So it's a line ball for our listeners here on the terrace side, just outside the 45, very close to the dugout here. As we're looking at it, 1 minute into injury time, thereafter taking the line ball, playing it backwards. It has to be route one. Now, there's big men inside. Donaghy goes up, that ball breaks. Donaghy's on the edge of the square, has possession. They need a goal. Now, I'm sure this is the final play of this game. Stacks players on the ground. This is a free in. This is a free in. And Stacks, to stay in the championship, need a goal. 1 minute and 24 seconds played. There's 30 seconds left in this game. You can't kick it over the bar, Ambrose. They'll have to work.
They have to try to float it around.
And it's like you'd paint the goals yellow inside there. The score, because that's the jersey of Feale Rangers. That ball is put in. Donaghy gets it. A fisted effort inside. That's gone out for 45, is it?
No, wide.
No, it's wide.
Wide ball.
This could be the last play of the game. Austin Stacks, the reigning champions. It mightn't last the next 20 seconds, Ambrose, because
the time is up now. It's 2 minutes injury time.
The Bishop Mining Cup may not be staying in the rocks, you see, this year. A fancied Feale Rangers side, you could say, well, with their form coming into it, Ambrose, but they were worth every point of what they scored.
Extra time, I tell you, there were different Feale Rangers in extra time.
It's all over. It's all over. Feale Rangers, the men from North Kerry, they've got it going this year to the light. I see Billy Lee down there as well. Of course, Shane Kelly's involved with him as well. Backroom team, they're to their delight. They're into the Garvey's Senior Football Semi-Final on a scoreline at the end of extra time, Ambrose. Feale Rangers 1 goal and 12. Austin Stacks 12 points.
Yeah, and great for Feale Rangers and great for North Kerry. You know, they did say that the new setup would suit them. They got so many games into them, and certainly in extra time there, you'd have to say, and indeed the management was a great credit, because the substitutions were inspired substitutions. Every one of them played a part in this game, and certainly you'd have to say in extra time there was only one team, and this Feale Rangers pushed it all the way.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't expect extra time, but it was in the rules, to say it was in the game, and it wasn't the quality game we were looking for. But at the end of the day, Feale Rangers won't mind. They've beaten Austin Stacks, the reigning champions, on a scoreline. Feale Rangers 1 goal and 12. Austin Stacks 12 points. As I head back to the studio.
Feale Rangers versus Austin Stacks in the County Senior Football quarter-final.
Yeah, I will be. That's fine. Perfect. And look, there's a corner. Give me a shout if anything goes wrong.